There's Sam. Hello.
I can see you. I can hear you.
Andrew made a huge sacrifice so you can all be here. He had to be muted so you could be unmuted.
He has to be muted.
No, he just forgot himself on mute. Dude, you're
Oh, okay. I was like, what is going on with Texas? Like, nah, it's been an uphill battle, but we're here
I
for
was,
it.
I was singing to you, but I was just singing to me. Apparently, you don't get around to. Sorry, it was just for me and God.
It's okay. Self-pleasure first always has to come first. You know that.
Oh no, I let the cat out. Oh, this is true. You're absolutely correct. I moved everything
It's
outside so
wonderful
that I
to
could
see
take.
everyone.
Guys, it's wonderful. It's wonderful to see you all as well. I know. I'm sorry. I got rid of the cat. Let me go save the world real quick. Never mind. Amy's gonna save the world. All right, cool. I love it. There's six of us. There's a power six here.
And I'm actually not alone. My best friend Annette is here as well. So
What
we're
was your
not
name?
alone.
She goes, buddy went outside.
What was your name?
Nanette,
Nanette. Nice to meet
Yeah.
you.
nice
Thank
to meet you.
Well,
She's like 10 months pregnant and we're smashing chips and salsa and guacamole right now. So
oh shit!
10
Congratulations.
months pregnant.
Thank you.
yes. Another sustainable living mama with baby number 5 on the way. So just know that we're here for it.
Damn.
Wow, incredible.
Elon Musk would be proud.
Mhm.
I know we were saying that we're like between the two of us, we literally have 9. That's enough for a team.
You got 4 kids, that's right.
Yeah, I do have 4 children. Mhm.
Good for you.
Go what?
Crazy. Look at that. We're gonna
You
so
know my heart.
so education and childcare and like these things are probably very important things to address right off the rip as well. I would imagine. I've been having that issue. Amy left for a week, and so I had Amelia every day, and like the fight to get her to go to daycare,
Yeah.
and it's fine. I understand that her reasoning for not want to go is just because she wants to chill home and watch TV. You know what I'm saying? Her reasoning for not want to go to daycare is not necessarily like for her best interest. She just doesn't want to do anything. But that being said, the more I really try to meditate on like the best version of myself, like the trillionaire dragon Andrew, you know what I'm saying? And like literally die to myself when I go to sleep and allow that version of me to like embody and wake up in the morning, it fucks me up because the more I do those sort of things, the less things like taking her to daycare make sense to that version of me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Exactly.
what the fuck am I doing? Like, it's like the most biggest expense, and it doesn't even make any sense to me. I don't understand.
That is why both of us have homeschooled and unschooled. And my oldest is 12, her oldest is 10. And that's been their whole realities. All of our children below that too. So
Well, good. So yeah, so there's probably a lot of wisdom that I can glean from you guys then right off the rip, to be honest.
all I can say is that your heart is leading you right. And you have to be able to trust that.
And
that
trust their curiosity.
Trust her curiosity. And then you get to be able to have the control and the structure of her safety with whatever situations that she wants to explore. So you have to be able to allow her to say, yes, I do want friends. Okay, but now you get to manage. What are their parents like? How are they parenting? What type of child are your children actually going to interact with? You're the one that has control over that. And that's your responsibility, is to always protect her soul.
Yeah,
So
bullshit on
that means that you got to do things differently and make sure that she's only around kids that are being parented differently.
Mhm.
Because they have their whole life. My belief is that you only really need 28 days to figure out how to live in the matrix. It's easy. It's easy. There's strict rules. You know how to do it. You can follow in line. A lot of people spend the majority of their life trying to figure out who they are. And I believe that if our children can grow up knowing who they are, once they become curious enough, we can just drop these pieces on them. And then if they want to go out and explore in the matrix, they can, but they can do it safely. The matrix will never have control of them. They will be able to go and play and then bounce back out to their safety. And that's what I believe that we are creating here with every movement that we're making.
Yeah, and they'll see right through the matrix too, because they were not built on the foundation of conditioning of the matrix.
Right.
That's how you've heard them talk here, and that's how your kids talk. Like why is that even a thing? Like,
Yeah,
it's an
our kids say that
awesome
often, like,
question. Like,
why is that even a thing? Like, why?
why do
why?
people feel the need to do X, Y, Z? They like don't get it because they don't see it at
Mhm.
home, and they see it in like a movie or something, and it just doesn't even make sense to them.
Right, like back home in Iowa right now, there's like so much snow, and there's like they're missing school, so there's like snow days, and like my kids, they don't understand. They're like, there's not a different day. Like, we don't have snow days. We just continue on with life. And I really think it's incredible when we are meeting other parents and people. And that is the one thing I've said to you many times, is that my rule within myself is that I will not work with you unless you can be a mentor for me and my child. If my child cannot learn from you and I cannot feel safe enough to have you around my child, I cannot work with you.
Mm-hmm.
And that has to be the standard no matter what, because if I am trusting you, I need to make sure that who you're having around is safe for my child's soul too. And that's what we're doing on this next level, where if we have all these gaps and we're sending our children out into places that we don't have the control over, we're actually putting leaks at our main house, and that's not safe and that's not okay.
Yeah, form of education has to be part of what we're doing in the future. Have you guys seen what PBD wants to do?
No.
Patrick Bet-David. He's been talking about it for a while, and I've been screaming forever, like this is the solution. They've been pushing a lot of crap in the public schools. I mean, dude, I was raised in a good school in Lebanon and one of the best ones in the Middle East, I'll be honest. But compared to any average school, the public school system here, and oh my God. So what he's been starting to do, which is something that's like the obvious solution for the longest time, it's just a question of who's going to start it first. It's just trying to put together, or he mentioned it, he talked about it. I don't know if he's launching it. He mentioned that he was putting something together, which is a national homeschooling system, which is what we should do. Where because right now, honestly, if you have one good teacher, you could Zoom to all the kids in America, technically speaking, right? Especially in the age of post-COVID or whatever, right? So I believe someone's gonna do it. Someone, the first one, is gonna come in and put together a homeschooling system where it's just online, but you're educating kids in the house with a lot more choice as opposed to what is shoved down your throat in the school. Kind of like Netflix versus old style TV or YouTube. You pick what you want. I want this, this, and that. I don't want any of this shit, So I think whoever does this first gonna make a lot of money and will have the future of America's kids in their hands. So if we do some version of that, small or big, we gotta be careful. I love what M said.
Something has to
But enough
happen.
said. Let's go back to Andrew, please.
That is one thing to note too, is that like in the homeschool world, it's very hard to find curriculums that are not Christian based. And so then it's very hard to filter through that. And that is one piece to what we are doing, because when we're building the infrastructure then is how are we going to be teaching? And that comes with a different curriculum, but that curriculum is actually lifestyle. So it's life. It's not, oh, here's what I'm going to learn. No, okay. How do we handle emotion? How do we handle communication? How do we handle and where are we going? Because what they are, what this normal curriculum, it has nothing. If you have no idea how to have compassion, it doesn't matter how intelligent or what information you have that you could write. It does not matter.
Absolutely. And that's not something you learn in a school either. I think that's something you learn from your parents.
And that's why you have to learn that at home, and having like family school, like essentially what we are doing and what the vision is forward with everything that is the living dream is to do exact that. You are creating a lifestyle that is the living dream, that is you stepping into your authentic self, that is raising children that are within their authentic selves, making sure that passion projects are funded. We're living sustainably and overly abundant in all areas of our life. We are having massive say on very high levels to be able to give this energy out so that we are able to completely receive. We are in those moments. And it is our duty to stay within the lines that we know.
It is our duty to stay within the lines that we know.
Let's also teach them superpowers.
You know yourself. You know yourself. And even if you are scared and you're going to say, oh, I don't really know that. Fuck you. You know you.
Very fucking true.
Who are you scared to be? That might be the better question. Who are you scared to be? Who are you scared of that you know you are? Yeah, that we could have that conversation. And that's a lot more of the real shit.
Ooh.
You know, we got to get that. We have to do that shadow work to get through so that we can now shine and have that, because you can't be scared of you.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, and there's definitely parts. Even in myself, I can find that I can find parts of me to be afraid of, for sure.
And you can be afraid of the lightest parts of you too. Because what happens? Who are you? Who are you when you have complete success and every person that you love is completely free? How do you feel
It's
at that
about
moment?
stepping into that unknown about yourself as well.
I think you'll become the best version.
I think it's important to learn to trust yourself and have faith in yourself and be confident in who you are. Not blindly, stupidly confident, but also learn to trust
I
that
think
voice
once you're
in
at that
your
point,
head,
you're
you
at the
know?
higher self.
I didn't hear that, but I also definitely, like, it's on my plan for sure. The next generation of children, whenever that starts, has to be fluent in remote viewing, in divination, and all the superpowers that we talk about, because it comes just so naturally to them, like naturally, that this is a skill no one can take away from them. So in the future, you can't lie to someone that can see everything whenever they want. Lying will be a thing
You
of the
can
past.
feel it, honestly. I honestly think like now you can feel when somebody lying to you. Like, and you can feel when you lie to yourself, you know? Like, even with kids, they will not lie to you.
Mm,
And they see straight through us.
yeah.
This generation of kids, I know my kids, they tell it how it is, man, you know? And
Yeah.
they know themselves. Or like, you can tell when the other kids already know themselves because they
Yeah.
walk different. They have a different dialect to they talk, man.
Yeah, it's through the gunk that they get limited. It's not something that we take away. It's stuff that we add that limits
Mhm.
it. You know what I mean? And again, the process, even
Right.
for us at our age of growing and moving forward, is not to learn new shit. I mean, you're always learn new shit, but it's more to clean out the gunk, and then you become a much more powerful creator, manifester, attractor, and everything, a businessman. Andrew, I don't want to talk the whole thing. Did you have like a plan you want to go through, or it's just kind of let's chill and
Yeah, no, so I mean, in terms of the mastermind, you know, you of course come into want some loose structure. I wanted to make sure people felt seen, heard, and you know, supported. But really, I guess my big question would be, and I know some of us, I have relationships with all you guys, so I understand on a basic sense where we're all looking to go. But I would like if we've identified. What's up, Andrew?
my roommate.
Happening. It's great to see
Oh, I
everybody.
know, our roommate. But
What up?
I know, M, I just texted you, I think, because like I literally just got off so many calls and then I'm on this call and then after this, I do not want to be on calls. So let's talk tomorrow.
Get a hold of me tomorrow. That's fine. That's
All
fine.
right, bet. I literally been talking to people
I
all day.
told you, you need it when you talk to me, just make sure that you schedule it in to have a genuine M conversation. So
Yeah, I know. I know. I
thank
want
you
to
for
talk for a
trusting your
long
energy.
time. I don't want to be tired. So yeah.
Put away 3 hours aside, dude, no matter what you said.
yeah.
You need, that's the only way you can do it. Even if you only talk for 1 hour, you're still going to be demobilized for 2 hours because your brain's like, oh my God, what did I just talk about?
I love that.
That's how it is. That's how it
Wait.
is. Talk to them, bro.
We only
So,
got we got seven
man,
of us here right now. So I think we can all stay in one room. So we're not gonna go crazy and do no breakout rooms. But I think if we can, as long as everyone can have the opportunity, if they desire, to share what it is that they're looking to create right now, and while we're all here together, how we can serve in helping move that creation forward. I think that's good, you know. Our collective reality is something we all do together for ourselves, but on an individual level, it looks like us individually building our own best realities, right? We can all support each other in that process, but it is something we do all have to do for ourselves, right? Until we
that.
can learn how to move people without outside of their free will, I guess. I don't know. But no, just kidding, just kidding. Yeah, so we could start with I think I was going to start with Rashad earlier, so I won't sway from that. We'll
Yeah.
start with you, Rashad.
Okay. So, uh, how everybody doing? Hey, I honestly want to say, and we probably, or somebody probably said it, there are a lot of Andrews, you know, and I don't know Andrew Draco French. How you doing? My name's Rashad Rivers. We haven't spoke.
Oh yeah, you guys haven't met
Cool,
yet either.
cool.
Hey,
Andrew
Nah,
Andrew.
we have.
he's my AI
Um,
Andrew in San Diego.
okay. Hold on, he's the what in San Diego?
He's the AI and Grand Wizard Andrew out in California, holding it down out there.
Yeah. I yeah,
You're
I
telling a
fucked with it,
black
man.
man this is a grand wizard. Here you go. You know what that-
No, but like, a healthy,
Oh my goodness,
open-minded Grand
bro.
Wizard.
I'm messing with you, dude.
But hey, hear me though. So I'm gonna start dilly dallying, man. So I'm in the process of creating from what I already have.
Oh God. I'm sorry. You
You
broke
know,
up for a second there, Rashad.
yeah, I thought so. Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Cutting
I
up.
Okay. All right, so I'm in the hello. So I'm cutting up. I'm cutting up.
Nah, you're good. You're good.
All right, cool. So yeah, I'm in the middle of creating from what I already have. You know, I've been planning on a whole bunch of things. I've been really busy, and since I spoke to you guys, I sat myself down. You know, um, my fiance was saying the same thing. I honestly need to sit down, and I'm doing that. And honestly, that's why I haven't been on calls today, Andrew, because I was really thinking on where I want to go at, where I want to be at, what I want to do and create. But honestly, I'm at the first stage of it because I'm, like I said, in the middle of renovating. That's what I'm creating right now, and I see it creating from the inside out instead of being from the outside in. You know, um, I have to take it one day at a time. And don't get me wrong, my mind stays in the future. You know, but I know staying present helps out the future. You know what I'm saying? So I'm honestly in the middle of creating, like brainstorming and knowing what I want, man. Like, I already got the stuff in my house, bro. It's exciting to create, and it's literally you and somebody that you love doing it with. You know, somebody that's like minded, that's going to hold you accountable. Like, it's amazing. That's it though. Like,
Awesome. So you're that's incredible. So you're working on the house right now. So that's your property that you're renovating?
yeah.
Incredible. Cool. Love it. So how could on this so you're figuring it out. I'm glad that you're sitting with yourself. You're taking the time, to determine what you want your next steps to be. Do you have clarity on that you want to share? Do you have some thoughts you want, like, how can we serve as a room with you tonight? You know what I'm saying?
So
Well, I'm already gonna help you. We
uh,
talked about that, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, man. Hold on. I feel the help, but I honestly do not feel like I'm at the stage to I gotta help myself first. You feel me? I gotta help myself first. And I honestly know when I help myself, man, I will be able to receive and give help. But at this point, I gotta help myself first. Um, and I'm not trying to be that island with it. I'm not trying to do this all by myself, you know. But mostly, man, like, this talk helps, you know. Um, me thinking about it helps because I'm gonna need partners to do things in capital. Like, I spoke to Shaf, I think yesterday, and we had a little small talk, but it gave me more clarity on how I want to do things business wise. See what I'm saying? And it carries, it flows, and it gives me a sense of peace when I'm thinking on what I'm creating in my house. Like let me see. Like this Zoom call, when you texted me that, I didn't expect you to hit me up, Andrew. I honestly expected you to hit me up about the Monday meetings instead of the Zoom. You see what I'm saying? But when I got on the Zoom, you asked me about Monday's thing. So I appreciate that because you holding me accountable. I have not been going on it, but that's for me. But man, honestly, I am good. I have to help myself first. But I will reach out when I do need help. But right now, like, this is good help right here, like this Zoom call. Because even though I have my fiance asking me about the same stuff, you're asking me too. And I don't ask myself, nor do I write it down. I have clarity about it, but it's taking it one day at a time. The more I take my time, and I always say slow is smooth, smooth is fast. I'll be on it, man. But that's it though, because I don't want to share too much.
You're looking for energetic support.
Mm-hmm.
That
There you go. There you go.
And you got it.
Yeah.
I'm taking notes, man. We take this seriously. I'm gonna take notes on every single one of yous.
Oh shit. Nothing too personal.
Okay.
It's gonna
I already have all the personal information I need.
well,
I
yeah,
have
you're
literally-
gonna you're
I
gonna
have like
see and hear in my case. But Rashad, just real quick here, Rashad called me yesterday and we had a talk. And
Yeah.
bro, you got energetic support here, but you also got real concrete support. So I'll keep it quick. As far as the house and the house hacking situation goes, right? I have a bunch of people that have been asking me to do that class. I'm probably gonna do it online. I was teaching it up here, and maybe that can be one of our classes, Andrew, right? But I was doing it once a month. You need that. So whenever I set it up, I'll let you know. I'll do a full, it's like a 3 hour class, but it teaches you how to house hack from scratch, how to find and analyze your property online, and how to know how much you will be cash flowing living in it in the future. So that should get you stabilized and get you financially free and get your case covered.
Okay.
And then you can use that as a foundation and go on and on and on. So I'm happy to do that.
Okay.
And yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Take care of you, bro.
Tracking, man.
also Rashad, we need to circle back about credit, getting your credit up.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
That's
Hey
gonna help.
man, I'm on it. Yeah, bigly. I know I'm on it, man. I just got a credit card. I'm honestly trying to get two more, because I honestly believe that that's the first thing I need to do, like on the business aspect for credit. I'm on that though. That's what I'm saying, man. It's everything that's in one bottle, but you can't let everything else spill out. Well, I can't let everything spill out. So I just keep it all contained in one basket, man.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Bro, thank you so much for coming to the call tonight. Even if you don't come to the Mondays, I love the fact that I
Yeah,
can
thank you for
text you.
inviting me, man. No, honestly, I
I
need
feel
to.
special that I can text you and you
I
show up on
lost
my
track on it, man. On the
No, you're great,
the
man.
link.
Great.
I don't.
Hey, what you saying? You need a link? I'll text you a link. No problem. I'm
Yeah, man. Like,
that's not
don't
the
get me
issue.
wrong. I still want to be a sponsor and all. Like, I still want to have my own thing over here in Hilton Head because I know
Hey,
Alchemist Nation or even none of this stuff is on here. But no, I ain't trying to say the subject. But go ahead though.
no, you're good. You're not changing the subject. I mean, this is what you want to do. I mean, this isn't new. It's what we're here for as well. You want to be a sponsor. You want to start the event. I understand you're on your timeline. Well, we can only do things on our timeline. There's no reason to force and push. The right thing at the wrong time is the wrong thing, right? So let it play out how it plays
Right.
out. just keep showing up, stay connected. That's my biggest thing, is just stay connected, because you're right, like we're not an island. You know what I'm saying? Like we have to do the work for ourselves.
Right.
Absolutely. Each and every one of us. 1,000%. We got to decide to show up. But like it's so much easier when we like hold space and like show up for ourselves together. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. Right.
that's literally what we're here for at the end of the day. It's just space. Like M's right about it. It's like we have to do the work on ourselves. We have all the answers within, but holding space for each other and holding hands and walking ourselves towards that journey into ourselves is um gonna be more and more necessary by the day this year. It's great. Cool.
Right.
Thank you
The
so
thing that
much.
we have
I'm
to
excited
remember
for it,
is
though.
that we have mastered doing it alone. That is the thing that we are all very great at, is that we are ultra independent.
Yes.
And we are professional at being ultra independent. And that is the test right now, is to being able to come together and to trust ourselves to be able to come through full force, and to be able to trust other people to come through with just that much full force. And it's scary to be able to trust.
Interdependent.
So it's intradependence
Interesting.
is what we need to focus on, is the INTRA,
I think it's INTER, but it's like
INTER.
learning to be dependent on the right people and for the right things, and appropriately so, not like codependent. It's a big difference where you are all coming at this with 100% responsibility for yourself and your own actions, but you're also collaborating on a group project essentially. So it's like you can lean on each other. You can't say, "Hey, I'm having a little bit hard time on my part. Can you help me? Can I help you?" And trusting that everybody's got each other's best interest in mind.
So there's the word for that.
And what was the word again for that?
Intra-independence.
Intra-independence.
Interdependent.
I
So
Interdependent.
INTERDEPENDENCE. So instead of independent or codependent, you're interdependent, like intermingled, like you're all like it's a group and going back and forth kind of thing. The
Right.
difference between codependence and interdependence is that everybody in an interdependent dynamic is self-responsible and 100% like advocating for their own best interests as well.
Yeah, so it's like rather than like two people that are coming together because they need each other and their traits are pulling them together, it's like two independent people or a group of independent people that are choosing to come together to create something new, like almost like a third thing.
Yeah, like from an abundance of your own energy, like not from a lack of your own energy where you need someone to complete you. You have your own back 100%. Plus, you want to help other people have their stuff down too, so you can move faster and more efficiently and all that.
No, it's incredible. And when we can all get to that state, like that's the ideal, right? To where we can like get to a place where we're equipped to like collectively self-lead. That's the term that keeps coming into my mind. Like instead of like these external authority figures, like how can we collectively self-lead? That's like the ultimate interdependent human relationship.
Honestly, the answer to that question, how can we do that? I honestly think it's to be your own accountability partner, so much to the point where the people around you be their own accountability partner. And so it would challenge them to do better. You see what I'm saying? And always do better and want to do better.
Yes.
And when somebody sees that, they want to implement that within their life or what areas that they feel insecure in,
I
Such a
agree.
serious conversation. How do you what are the marks? Like what's like the most common like marks of an interdependent healthy relationship, I suppose?
I think when people can like be like bringing their projects to the table in a way that like has them sounding empowered about what they're doing, but they're looking for collaboration and like a mutually beneficial idea exchange rather than take, or
I think it's ownership of understanding that you only have a piece of the puzzle, and like I own this piece, and these are my strengths, my weaknesses, and somebody else being able to come along and be able to own that that is your piece and still be able to not have to change or mold you in any way. It is a completion of like, it's like it's acceptance
Mhm.
it's acceptance as far as that individual has accepted themselves.
Mhm.
But the goal is to be to that massively heightened level, you know. You got to be true with yourself, be whole, be authentic.
Yeah.
be
It's easier to
yourself.
watch out. It's easier to watch out for codependence than it is to identify interdependence, because interdependence is very rare and codependence is very common.
Mhm.
So like when it's easier to like sniff out codependent energy, or even like a codependent nuance to an energy that isn't even fully realized, than it is to like define interdependence, because we don't really see it that often in reality. But that's the whole point,
And I
I
think-
think, of what you guys are doing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that what just happened is like she literally gave us a word to define what we have organically done.
It sounds like what you guys are
Is what we're already doing. She just gave us a word. That's one thing that I would tell you about Nanette. She helps me with the English language of being able to understand that there are actual words that are labels that compartmentalize people so that you can communicate clear. And so I will say that is one
Not
big
all
thing.
labels are limits. You mean?
Yeah, not all
you-
labels are
if you
limits.
look into
That's
the
normally
root
how I
words
see
and
life,
certain-
is that a
certain
label is a
words,
limit.
Look into the root word for consider.
For consider, what is it?
Consult
love
with the star.
The word nerd. So
You- To consider, you have to consult the stars. That's what the word consider is. Consult.
and to decide
Wow.
is to cut away from God. Literally, the word decide,
Mhm.
like the etymology of it, is like suicide, you know, homicide. Decide is like God's side, like that's what it breaks
Oh,
down to.
wow.
And when you make a decision to literally to
Mhm.
do something, deviate or whatever, it is like you are removing the position of deity from someone else and putting it on you, on your own self. It's one of my favorite little word nerd things there too. So like when you guys come in and make decisions, there is a implication that you're putting yourself as like the sovereign being in your own life, rather than looking outside of yourself, waiting for someone else to tell you what's the answer. Yeah.
So it's like a
The-
mind control tactic.
It's like you're literally taking ownership of your own choices and thus the consequences of those choices, rather than like letting them, oh, like it is what it is, like this happened because of God, and that was the will, and you know that you're literally taking matter into your own hands and living with the consequences, results, benefits, blessings that come as a result of that. So like it's a pretty like it's an intense concept, but when you look at it, it is being a conscious creator requires decision. Being a like a creator of any kind means that you are forging your own path,
what is
your
conscious
own
of?
vision, and all that.
And
Are
see, the
you
way that I
conscious that
see
the
that, it's
creator
like,
is creating currently?
What are you
what
saying?
was that?
Are you conscious that the creator is creating currently?
Are you
Like
conscious?
around your deity, you're co-collaborating all
That's
the
what
time.
Yeah,
that's
everybody's got their own sovereignty. Yeah. So like if two people are in a room and they're already
It's
co-creating the
energy
vibe.
stemming from you, but the energy maps the earth. So it's co-collaborate. Like
Yeah, it
well,
always is.
co-collaborate. I think collaborate. Co is in the word. That's the whole
Yeah.
point of collaborate.
yeah,
Anytime there's more than one human,
like
there's
the torus
collaboration.
field around the earth is the same torus field around your body, and it comes from your core. So and the whole planet is at your heart chakra.
Just what you have to, you guys know.
Earth is the heart of God. So since God is the body,
So what's the point?
recognize that it's co-collaboration, not in manifestation.
Yes. Yeah, well, that is the whole point, right? Like we're all we've got. Like we are the
You
ones
are
creating,
man.
right? So
That is your creation. You are the manifestation.
so then
Already.
that's where the decision comes in, right? Is to live in that creating state.
Living in the creation.
Because you can't live in that decision and have a shitty life, because like if you're not gonna for a long time
Yeah.
know that you're consciously creating and just accept. M says it best, actually. I love what you said. That like, you have to honor the abundance that does
Yeah.
exist. Like we are co-creating. It's just we're either consciously doing it and creating shit we want, or we're unconsciously creating an abundance of shit. And I'm like, good point, good point, good point. Yeah, absolutely, man. And that's the living dream, is when we all wake up and remember that we're here building a world together. And so then we choose to do it from an empowered place and create a win-win-win environment for all of us, right? That's the ultimate goal. So anyway, um, cool. Thank you so much. Great conversation so far. Look at that. We only really had Rashad. We can move along. First to unmute wins. Whoever wants to go next. What are you looking to create right now, and how can we help move that forward? Make it happen.
I'll go next. Did someone talk already?
Golden.
All right, bet. Because I got it dialed in. I know exactly what I'm creating. We can just get right into it. So
Okay.
I'm looking to create. Well, there's really three things that are in my focus point. Like there's only three things in my vision that I'm dialed into and turning my back on pretty much everything else right now. One is rebuilding my social media presence because I stopped for a couple of months. Another dude, wait, what? Did you see that?
What is that, dude? Yeah. Look, a little thought bubble thing that
Yo, that's crazy. If I do thumbs up, the bubble comes up.
Do you have an AI companion or something? Because I don't.
Oh,
Dude,
What's wrong with my finger? Hey.
damn.
yo, crazy. Anyways, hold on. It's trying to take away from my focus points over here. So I'm reactivating my social medias again.
That's a
Mostly
confirmation that it will all happen. It's a sign. Sorry.
right. That's right. Anyways, so I'm reactivating my social medias, getting mostly my Twitter because that's going to feed into leads for not only Improve You, but also the Living Dream, bringing people closer to the fire so that they can see how awesome it is. Now that's really one thing, and there's so many different ways that people can help me with that. But the other two things that I'm trying to do is I want to create a vertical version of the Living Dream show, which Andrew knows about. I haven't really talked about this with you guys that much, except for Andrew. But I want us to start posting, primarily me, Shaf, and Andrew, but it could be also be everyone, where it's a reality TV show that is shot vertically in real form. You know, it's like 60 seconds shot vertically, and it's a show. It's a reality TV show where like something happens and then commentation. You know, you it's the person comments on it there, and then you watch something happen and then they comment on it, and it could be funny or it could be like The Office even, you know.
Like a clip from it, right? Like,
And so but it would be from each and every single person's different point of view. So like M would do a day where it's her reality show, Shaft, then Andrew, then Andrew, then Andrew. And then but we would all have one editor. So like this guy, he would edit it, same style editing. So it's like consistent with the show and everything. And I want that it would all be posted to one social media. So it's like, this is the Living Dream show, and it's a collective mission. So it's people all over the country as the show, if that makes sense. So, and then the other thing that I'm trying to do is I'm trying to tap into the full earning potential of my job at Improve You, since there's no cap to the commission and they're training the fuck out of us and giving us so many free resources. What's going on? Yo, hold on. Let me do that. Let me just try to do that again. Yeah. This is magic. So if I put a peace sign, then it's party time. That's
Just talk
awesome.
with your hands the whole time, man. We'll discover all this shit.
it's crazy.
Anyways,
Do you like this? See if the devil comes up. No, just kidding. Oh man.
yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to tap into the full earning potential of Improve You. That's why I've been booked on calls, on calls, on calls, on calls, on calls every single day. Because it's all turning into money. So Yeah, those are and like so if you wanted to boil it all down, really my main focus is growing on uh creating my audience so that it can feed into both those things. Leads for funding, people interested in living dream. And really all of my content comes from documentation. All of it. Like I do not really create a single piece of content. I just like go into my notes and my journal and I find like a good sentence and I make it hook worthy or caption worthy and I just post that on Twitter. And then I'll go into daily ownership, which is my live Instagram thing that I was doing and that I'm going to restart because I had stopped for a little bit. Um, I just go in there and see what I was talking about on daily ownership and I turn that into more content. So like I don't actually have to think there and be like, what do I want to talk about today on social media? I just look at what I was talking about to myself a week ago and then expand on it. So I guess one way maybe that I could be helped is like you guys documenting your own experiences and like that and then us compiling it all into a database of documentation where then we can go in there and we can expand on each other's documentations for our content because like it is super easy okay, it's super hard to create content but it's super easy to expand on documentation then like if that makes sense like it's super easy to like oh I was talking about this last week, let me turn this into like a full blog post, let me just expand on it a lot, you know? So yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? How do you guys think you can help me?
No, I like it. I'm curious to know real quick. Have you identified that it's the same avatar for Improve You versus what you're doing with the Living Dream stuff, or is that two separate avatars?
Ooh, good question. So like I keep my social media posting to 3 topics because my avatar is someone that's like me, right?
Right,
And
right.
so
It's
I
you.
talk about the three things I talk about on social media, like my pillars, I guess you could say, would be finance and money moves. That's like one, finance and money moves. And then like natural law or like laws of success, just like talking about the universe, talking about success principles. And then the third thing is content and value creation. Those are the only 3 things I talk about on social media, other than like the occasional man, I love my life or something. I don't know. But like there was a time when I posted I love black coffee every single day for like a week because I was just like so like addicted to coffee for like that time. I was like, man, I love this stuff. Uh, so yeah, I mean, I guess the avatar for the Living Dream and Improve, yeah, probably different because here's the thing, a lot of the people that I talk to, they like actually I can't even really say this. I can't even say that they're not attuned to the energy or anything like that because I don't know. Truly, I don't know. But
They
uh,
landed in front of you.
that's
You
hella true.
feed them. You put
That's hella,
money in their plate. You're in control of that. It was not by accident, my dear.
that's hella facts.
Every single one of those people are now, as long as you nurture that relationship, you forever will eat because you have provided them to eat from a new abundant way that they never knew possible.
Yeah.
Nurture that. It is a baby. Like Andrew, what I truly feel that you need is that you are closing these people. You need like aftercare essentially for these people once they get the money and once they're going. Who's doing that nurturing of that relationship until it's their next time for funding? Because what you do isn't just a one-hit wonder. What you do is a guaranteed comeback, and we're going to get more and more and more if we do it
Well,
right.
you're right. I have 3 people that are in their second round right now. Right
Right.
now. So,
So nurturing each of those babies is essential.
got it.
Keep going. Keep
And wait
going,
till I
bro.
help you multiply that money and see what you can do with that afterwards. We should talk
Yeah.
about
So here's really, let me just get down to the chase. The avatar I'm attracting is someone that wants more out of life, with just in general, right? With their finances, and they also, accept that everything is energy. That's like the person I'm like attracting. Like there's a lot of people like that. There's a lot. We're all like that on this call, So like uh but there's also a lot of people not like that. So we're dodging the bullet with so many, you know, people that are just not on the wavelength, but we'll get them there. We'll convert them.
They come when they're ready. You're here because you're ready. Nobody brought you here. You did
Facts.
it. You did it. Andrew did it. Shaft did it. Rashad did it. Andrew did it. Luke did it. I did it. You didn't do it for me. But did you hold my hand at some points in times? Yeah. Did Nanette hold my hands at some points in time? Yeah. Did Andrew hold my hand at some point in time? Yeah. And that's all we
Andrew,
have to do
man.
is know that there's a hand to hold. We don't have to be alone anymore.
Uh-uh.
Because there
I
are
want to
people
say,
that have our capacity now. There's a place
yeah,
that we can go to.
but
Yeah.
And that's
documenting
where we have to come
will
together now and
hold us
really be
accountable
talking about
as well.
the skills that we bring together. Like Andrew, we all really need to kind of look at what it is that you do as a whole. Where can you plug in to make this a team effort where okay, cool, you close, you do your deal with what you got. Who do you have nurturing after? Who do you have doing follow up? Now, what's their next business? What is their passion? What is their content looking like? Where are they posting? That all needs to be streamlined. You need to have marketing. I mean, all of that needs to go and make sure that their project is that in line? Is their project in line with the living dream? Do they already have a thought that is in line with the living dream that you can now plug them in to the process that's already there? And what we need to be doing with the living dream on the educational side is teaching those courses on how to go through the roadmap. How do you go through your roadmap, Andrew? That needs to be a piece of that.
Right.
And these pieces will just keep adding on because it's literally every single person who is in the community of the living dream. If they have a social security number, you, my dear, are the one that's there to protect it. You are the leader of this. You are the one that has the connection to make sure that every single person you talk to has a healthy credit score and has access to funding. For some reason, you're the one that went out and maintained those skills. So essentially, anybody and everyone who comes into the living dream will eventually come to you. The same with everyone else's niche. At some point in time, everyone who comes to the living dream will sit in front of us.
Well, if anyone who is wealthy puts all their money into trusts and puts their money into a whole life cash value life insurance policy and starts building credit there, I know that boosts because you save all you're not keeping it in a bank and the bank isn't collecting interests. And
that's not completely accurate, I wouldn't say, but
Yeah, and it's kind of two different conversations as
I was
well.
gonna say that was like two detoured
and
things
there's
there.
really good policies, really, really, really good policies like that are just
Yeah, but
not
one's a storage of money,
publicized.
and one is like we're told what Andrew does is like acquires like lines of credit. So like we're acquiring funding,
Now,
like initial funding.
I haven't never met you, Luke, formally or anything. I just like came on this call and you were here. So like,
Oh, you've not met? Oh, dude,
I
this
haven't. But
shit.
yeah,
I don't know. I thought we had all met
we'll
at some
network,
point
bro.
before.
I still need to privately network with Draco and you, and so we'll do that. I'll coordinate that. I'm gonna write that down. I'll coordinate it. Then I'll tell you what I do. But yeah, I don't do anything. Well, I actually want to do things with both of those trusts and whole life insurance policies. I actually, dude, it's crazy. I like had my whole life insurance policy set up this year, and then I like went super broke, and then the lady hits me up. She's like, "Hey, I'm ready for your deposit." And I was like,
Uh-huh.
man, I cannot make any deposit right now, homie. Like that is not plausible, not feasible right now.
Oh,
So
really?
we'll talk, man.
Hello?
Luke's my brother, my younger brother.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Like in real life?
So
Yeah.
you've been putting money in into the whole life policy?
I can't. It got like expired because I never started it.
No, but before, oh, because you never started. All right.
Yeah, I never started it.
Okay. Well, I mean, there's strenuous paperwork, and that's what everyone wants to avoid, the strenuous paperwork beforehand. But you can pay people online to get that done for you, like
Yeah,
for
that's what I
40
did.
bucks.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
40 bucks. They can do all the paperwork, and you just set up your cash value life insurance policy. Now you can pay your own money with your own proceeds, and it's a whole life insurance policy. So you're connected to your plus you have $1 million that you can withdraw from the Bank of America, the American bank, anytime under your if you have a social security number.
So why am I not doing that then? Why don't we all do that? What's the procedure?
There's paperwork online that I have to fill out.
I got a pen right here. I'm ready.
All right. Okay, give me a second. Let me-
Yo, actually, let's talk about it though, because like I never knew that. What the fuck? Like, I know that M does. She's like, yeah, this is the shit. This is what it is. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is. See, you learn, bro. Living dream is like I'm just being infused with knowledge every single time.
there's a video by
Always remember that the knowledge you obtain also comes with risk, and make sure that you make the decisions that you want
Yeah,
to.
that's not counting.
Explore
Yeah.
what you want and
There's-
do it safely.
there's a video of how to sorry to cut
Dangerous
you
things
off.
with caution.
Trying to find out how
Right.
much I have.
There's a video by Edward Collins that explains everything in full depth. I'm gonna send the link.
That'd be lit. I'll watch it.
Link, that's awesome.
On how to set it up and the best way to set it up.
Got it. All right, cool. Well, hey, I wish I could stay here longer. I do have to go though. Family's
You,
like
bro.
trying
Did
get
that
my-
serve? Was that valuable at all? Thoughts towards what you were asking? We got
No,
it.
I didn't really
discuss
pick
it.
up anything, but
You're good.
Well-
We in terms of, let's connect tomorrow though, in terms of the reels.
Yep.
All right.
do it.
And I'm missing you tomorrow too.
Yeah. Are you available at the? Let's see.
That's
You do 8 p.m. Eastern.
that's
All right.
Yep.
one way to look at it. That's not the
Yep.
best way to look at it.
I'm setting aside 2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours.
Okay,
All right.
you got it.
Okay.
I look forward to it. And just know that tonight when you're going to bed, and maybe even set out some water, that you can really just infuse with your intention of the clarity that you're going to have, infused with the action that you're going to be taking over the next 28 days. And just put that in a glass jar and set it out. And then that intention can be part of your ritual work that you'll do over the next 28 days to bring this all into completion, okay?
Thank you.
And then we'll talk tomorrow. All right, sounds good.
All
I'm excited. We'll see you tomorrow evening.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Awesome. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry, Rain. I gotta run inside.
Okay.
Just should have said. Awesome. Luke, would you like to go next? I know you'd come on early into the call, so and what time is it right now? 9:13. So let's make sure we're concise. Sorry, guys. But what are you looking to create right now, Luke? And how can we serve you?
I think I need to create a Lego theme page, a niche. It's a niche on Instagram and TikTok, many different platforms. You can I actually wrote down have a whole strategy board. But I'm gonna market the two different markets at the same time. I'm marketing to people who like uh grown up stuff, like Legoized, like actually nah, I think it's just all Lego community stuff if I think about it, because Lego's done certain adult things. Anywho, I gotta let me just show this board real quick.
Do you need to share your screen? There you see.
Hold on.
I can't.
Yeah, I got like I was thinking like IG, TikTok, Reddit, Pinterest, YouTube, start a whole theme page. The goal is to get 1,000 followers on TikTok, um, and on Instagram, and 10,000.
So what's
Don't
the
go
so who's the avatar again? Who are you reaching and what are you offering? How are you serving them? What's the intention behind building the page, I suppose?
To draw in more people that actually has diverse categories. Like I was thinking the home pages would have diverse categories. The home pages would have diverse categories, and they would be from like you have, and it's the representative of the coin itself. So I have the brick, like the Lego brick coin, and this represents the Lego company itself, like all the stuff that they put out, original content, and all the stuff that immediately attracts, all the attention that immediately attracts on the feed page. Like all stuff that they promote with everything that they're going on their main media, you know, reposting it and drawing traffic to your page.
Okay, I'm still not understanding the intention though of the page necessarily.
um
So you want attention from, do you want to repost content from the Lego community or the Lego official
the
TikTok
large
page
community, yeah, as well.
to draw and then hashtag it, whatever, repost it, you know, add your comment on it, whatever you're
that's in
doing.
categories. I'm
Draw
trying to make
attention
them
to you.
separate categories, like certain things that Lego doesn't add as themes into category, and actually make them done well, and you know.
Interesting.
So
And what
How old are you?
how old am I? 20.
How old?
20.
20?
Mhm.
Okay. Have you ever looked at the site called MiniVids before?
Mini vids.
It can be used for erotic content, but there is a current contest going on there that is about categories. And so a lot of stuff on there is like ASMR based and a lot of role playing. And so it would be in that niche of where the type of people that you're looking for kind of hang out. And so if you got on there and you went ahead and kind of went through the different categories that they are and did what you are saying with what you have, if you would like to talk, I can kind of point you through on it's a different way, it's a different back channel, but it will
Video.
Manyvids. It's MANYVIDS. Do know that it is used for many things across the board. It's a space for expression for content creators. So there's from as much as cooking to as explicit as you want to get. So
Oh wow, that's probably where like Reddit gets all the gore shit too.
but they just
So it has a lot of variety.
I believe
That's
that
what
the
you're saying.
contest
It's not censored. That's what you're saying.
Mhm.
Like completely accounted for like
Yep, but you will be able to I think that the contest starts on the 15th.
We
It's
gotta
from like the
support companies,
15th to like the 15th to like the 25th or something like that. And you'll be able to check out the categories of that.
My website isn't loading currently.
And what you have, you can even reach out to other people. And this is where I'm telling you that your niche market here and Reddit are going to be your two greatest niche markets for what it is that you just explained.
So it's MANY.
the goals of a bunch of people. Figure out
VIDS, right?
It's where like literally it's super crazy. I had just heard about a contest and it was literally exactly what he is
I'm trying
saying.
to search
So
it up.
We're so down on you. You know, feeling
It's not loading.
It's hilarious.
yeah.
So awesome. Does that help, Luke?
And then end of the year.
Yeah, thank you.
But
I'm trying to look it up, but
Yeah,
Do you
totally.
have Twitter?
yes, I do have Twitter.
Because Twitter is gonna be another like that would be like your big basis, like instead of like, you know, any of the mainstream platforms. A lot of the weird people like that you're targeting hang out in back channels that want to give you money is what I'm saying. Like you want to hang out with people who want to build and that are actually on a mission based rather than just coming from a space of like, oh, I'm just somebody that scrolls on my computer all day and I don't do anything. Like you want people that actually have some depth to them. And if you knit, it's called hyper niching. So hyper niche with your, you know, with what it is that you have to offer, but then put a purpose behind it. Like, why are you doing this? What is it that you are doing with it? And then hyper niche, find those people because what you have is a really cool idea. It's, you know, it's different, it's unique, and you're driving from your vision is essentially to build a fan base. But why? And you don't have your why. So figure out your why, and then you'll be able to go ahead and niche that down and figure out your categories to execute. And what you have is weird enough that it can be whatever you want it to be.
Personal things that I've already built, personal things that I haven't photographed that are like actually good models. Like I built a model of and also showcase things from different religions. So like we don't there's no category in Lego just for like religions and you know like all that stuff. So I'm putting it into a category and it's going to be categorized. It's gonna be cool if they can get it animated.
With this, will you have any merchandise?
Hopefully, yeah. If I have a website, yeah.
What kind of merchandise will you
If I
have?
have a website, I can make an AI website. I can do anything, and then I can have it animated all the way that I need it animated, like to represent everything symbolically that I need it to represent.
Anything.
Amazing.
So you're gonna help me build a new world religion using Legos, is what you just said?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
In back channel marketing.
If you make it the movie that is accurate to what is going on, like if the plot line is like there's a video, I make a little video online of like a Tartarian play or the wise man of Tartary, like an old wise tale. And I make in a phone grain, have it in like like it looks good, you know, quality animation. but you reference the giants, reference the actual like, and in the time period, all during Lego and the creation of the Tartarian plate, the levitation plate, the innovation at the time, which was the revelation of electricity and electricity in the atmosphere. Well, actually, they knew about that before because air was spelled instead of A-I-R, it was spelled A-E-R because it's referencing the ether. It's all electric. The more you're going up, the higher the voltage is. And yeah, you breathe. It's all. That's why it's nitrogen. That's why it's mostly nitrogen that you're breathing in, not oxygen, because it's electric. So, from the magnetic field.
Awesome. We shit. I just had a whole chain of thought and it just got sucked out of my brain. I'm so sorry, Luke. No, this is interesting though. That really is fascinating. I feel like even like pitching that as like a plot line for, you know, because they have tons of like Lego is popular, especially when it comes to shows, like, you know, and you're talking about producing it well and being animated well.
And
Like I like the Lego movies and
like,
shows.
I definitely
So
want to target children. I want it to resonate in children's minds because they will remember it throughout their life. If you tell a good story to a child, they will remember it throughout their life.
The kids are the most important, of course.
You want to. I don't want I want the knowledge that they're trying to hide to get out to the places that are moving forward in their life, you know?
I don't even view it as we're trying to hide it anymore. I view it as like just it's knowledge that at this point needs to be, it's not even hidden, it just needs to be translated.
We just gotta pull it out. We just
gotta be translated in a tangible way for the average person.
Pull it out from the
When you do play.
I agree.
Cool. Awesome. Let's move on to.
You think I'm mean?
I don't know. Would you like to go next?
Andrew, you want to go? Draco, you want to go?
Draco hasn't talked once yet so far.
I know. I would love to hear you.
Yeah, sure. I can go ahead and. How's my audio? Good.
I hear you loud and clear. Actually, I'm putting it by the headphone, but yeah, sound great.
Perfect. So I have two things that I'm working towards this year. The first is going to be what I call Blue Dragon. Blue Dragon is a algorithm that it trades the currency markets. And what we're wanting to do is to build out our strategy into what I've been learning for since 2016, but build it out into an algorithm that trades without, you know, human intervention, that can trade automatically. And that's one of the things that I'm looking towards. I've been doing some work with AI, with ChatGPT, on building this out because I'm not a coder. I don't have the knowledge base to code, but AI does. So that's one of the things I'm working on. And I started last year around December. And so it's been a year since I've been working on it. Right now, we have a model that can 10x an account in about 1.5 years. That's just from back testing. That's just from like old data. So, you know, old data doesn't really necessarily dictate future results, but it's pretty good at what it does as far as back testing it. So that's one thing that I'm working on. One of the things that we need is a coder, someone who knows how to code in MQL5. I think Shaft knows what I'm talking about, MQL5, which is the language model for the trading platform that we use, which is called MetaTrader 5. So that I'm going to be working on that myself, but also we do need to figure out how to employ a coder, probably between 5 to 10 grand, I believe, is what's going to be necessary to have someone work on this who knows how to code in MQL5 language. And eventually what we want to do is we want to have an entire AI system that can look at the markets and it can make trading decisions based on what it sees in the markets. And I've been experimenting a little of this with ChatGPT, and it can read market data. Chef, I don't know if you've ever tried this, but you can feed ChatGPT a photo of the market, in any currency market or stock market, whatever graph you want to feed it. And it will tell you based on the graph, even without indicators, what you can do in regards of trading this current, chart. And eventually it will be using indicators as well. So that's one of the things that we're working on. Basically, we call it the Holy Grail, because once you can build something like this, bro, the money is just going to come in unstoppable. It will just pour in. And that's kind of what we're building towards. Another thing I'm working on is I like to call Honduras 2.0. So I have a buddy, a business partner in Honduras. He's originally from New York, originally from Queens, but he has family in Honduras, and his family is very well connected to the wealth structure and the political structure in Honduras. And we have many different projects that we're working on getting off towards the ground. His father owns several renewable energy projects in Honduras, and they have several more that they're trying to build. We're talking solar projects, wind projects, geothermal projects. We have agricultural projects. We also have real estate projects that we're working to fund. Once that's done, all the building would be started in Honduras. And in Honduras, there's a luxury island called Roatan Island. And we also have a lot of projects in Roatan Island as well. Resorts, hotels, restaurants, residential properties, that sort of thing. So those two things are the main things I'm going to be focusing on in 2024. We're still working on a plan to get that accomplished. But that is what we're currently working on. So what we're looking for is investors that would like to invest in, like I said, the real estate projects or the renewable energy projects. And I should mention the renewable energy projects, one of them is green hydrogen. So we can create hydrogen gas from hydrogen fluid from green energy points, such as solar, such as geothermal and wind, and even tidal energy out in the ocean. Once we get that done, the finder's fee for these projects, for investments into these projects, it ranges from 1% to 3%. So you're looking at from the smaller projects would be like several $100,000 to millions and millions of dollars in the finder's fee. So those are kind of the two biggest things that I'm working on in 2024. And that's what I am focusing on.
Would you, first off, right off the rip, and I know you've sent me some information before regarding some of these Honduras projects, but if you have numbers for any of the real estate investment projects in Roatan, I do have multiple investors who are already putting money, because a big thing with overseas for me and a lot of the investors in my network is trusting projects overseas, only because, you got the networks here and, I'm going to put my money where I know it. But I have a network of multiple people who already invest in Roatan specifically. So if you have projects out there with numbers and documentation I could send their way, that would be great.
Yeah. And yeah, that is actually something we are working on right now. We're putting together a portfolio of projects. So we're putting in, the investment amount needed for the projects, the potential ROI on the projects. We're currently putting all that together. And Shap, I know you wanted to have a call with us. That's something that we will have put together if you want to be on the call. Also, Andrew, that we can show you guys. And these are the numbers we have. This is X amount of properties we have, how much it costs to invest. you know, what your ROI would look like, right? So we are working on that currently. And once we have that report put together, we'll be ready to rock and roll with investors and the like.
Dude, we got you. Right now, my life is crazy for the next couple of weeks, and until then, I'll be living with Andrew, so we can both tackle this together. And it's hilarious, Andrew, dude. Andrew McMurray. The first thing out of my mouth was the first thing out of your mouth, which is, yeah, listen, it's the international thing, but other than that, we'll make it work. I'm like, damn, this guy knows his shit. Like, that's the smartest thing from the business perspective to keep an eye on. But yeah, I'll be living with both these Andrew. So we'll be able to focus on that shit. And there's a couple AI creators of PowerPoints that can just build out your whole presentation blueprint once you have the numbers and shit if you want. Remind me, I'll send it to you, by the way.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I want to say, dude, we should talk. I just want to say it's been a while, and I'm very fucking impressed with your beautiful work, dude. And I'm sorry I've not been on top of things with the AI, with the grant writer and everything. I want to give you a call today, but I've been running like fucking crazy.
No worries, bro. I know you're moving to a new home in Florida. So yeah, no worries.
I'm moving 4 homes and units here so that I'm able to move down to Florida. So like today I moved two ovens and 1 fridge on my own. Anyway, not about me, but dude, I love your fucking dreams. And I met Herman. He's still sending me this stuff.
Yeah, and again, like I want to point out, like the whole reason for this, at least in where I'm concerned, is the 1 to 3%, but depending on the project, 1 to 3% finder's fee for investments. So the green energy, like the green hydrogen project, is a multi-billion-dollar project.
Dude, I'm really curious about that. What do you mean by that when you say green? Like this is liquid hydrogen for cars or
liquid hydrogen for whatever you want to power. So I'll send you. So the perspective of where green hydrogen is going. Green hydrogen is hydrogen that is made by renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, geothermal, biomass. Biomass is another project that we have that needs to be funded.
Really? Tell me about that real quick, just to 1 sentence, please.
So we have potential contracts with the waste managers of Honduras, and they're contracts that will give us years and years of biomass to burn for green energy. And we just need to find the funding to get that off the ground. That's just one of the projects. Like I said, the green hydrogen. So green hydrogen is, like I said, anything made with solar, wind, anything renewable, wave energy, anything like that.
Damn.
But once we have, yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna say it's incredible the synchronicities of all this lining up, because part of our infrastructure in the future is going to literally require self-sufficient powering, right? Self-sufficient sources in every kind of way. And I'm very curious now, man. What do you mean by biomass? This is not biogas, it's biomass, correct?
Biomass, yeah. So trash, basically just trash. Okay. Everything that people throw away that's not recyclable, it can be burned for energy.
And this does not need to be organics necessarily.
It doesn't have to be organics. It can be anything else that burns, and produces energy.
And this is a project they have to have in Honduras. Would they be open? Hey, little girlie, would they be open to building out that company and bringing it with us to our communities or to the US in general?
I would have to say yes, because I'm one of the guys on the board, basically.
Oh, okay.
So I would say yes, and if I say yes, then it's a yes.
Fuck yeah. All right, then we gotta talk, dude. Because the underbelly of our economy needs to be taking the outputs of inefficient systems, the old world, and turning them into our input of our
correct. Another thing we want to get into, which is one of the reasons why I'm super stoked with AI, is desalination. Because and if you know the UAE, Dubai, and all those guys, they desalinate pretty much 90% of the water.
Yeah,
don't quote that, but it's a lot of. And that's one of the things that we can work on. But yeah, so Honduras 2.0, it's the whole idea is to invest in the country. And like I said, with my friend, his family is well connected politically, wealth wise. Like the president of Honduras currently, she went to school with, I think, his mom. So they have all these connections. We're able to make it happen right now. With open doors, everything served on a silver platter. We just got to find the funding for these projects.
Beautiful. I
So-
think I can help you with some of those. We've already had that talk. I'll let someone else talk now.
No, yeah, no, for sure. We can definitely schedule a call and we can talk more about it.
Okay.
But those are kind of the two things: the Blue Dragon, the AI that trades, and that I'm working on, and these Honduras 2.0 projects is
Yeah.
what we're currently working on for 2024.
Now with the trading bot, you're the next the bottleneck, the stopping point is needing a programmer, essentially a coder.
Yeah, so currently all the work that I've done to get the bot that actually creates 10% on an account in 1.5 years, I've done with ChatGPT. GPT-4 with advanced data analysis, which code interpreter. I've done all the work and it's doable. It can be done. I've just been having more bottlenecks, I guess you could say, with creating the actual strategy when we want to use. Because what we have right now is like a simplified strategy. It's not super complex, but it, for some reason, is delivering great results in back testing. But what we want to do is create our own custom strategy. And to do that, at least if I'm not using AI, to do that, we do need a coder that is proficient in MQL5, which is the coding language for MetaTrader 4, which is the platform that we use to trade. And they can be found. You can go on to I can't remember the name of the website, but plenty of freelancing websites that have a lot of freelance coders that you can pay $100 an hour, $80 an hour to code whatever you want. So that's what we're looking for. Now, I currently have some investments in crypto. And by the way, all you guys, crypto, if you want to make a ton of money, if you invest in lower cap coins like Cardano ADA or Solana or Chainlink, anything like that, because what's happening is Bitcoin has a halving every 4 years. And when that halving happens, the price of Bitcoin usually doubles, if not triples or quadruples. So I have some investment monies, but it's not going to be matured enough until like 500 days after the halving. So yeah, so we're looking for a coder. We're looking to build a team of people that can build this out, because like I said, it's the holy grail. Once we get this built out and we get it running the way we want it, you're looking at an unlimited money supply. An ATM is basically what you're looking at. And it's something I've been working on for a couple of years now. So, but I'm really excited with where AI is at, because up until now, I haven't been able to really code what we've been wanting to code up until now. So yeah, so that's where we're at with everything.
Is there an already working? Does somebody already have something similar to this built out there on the market?
I do. I mean, we already have, like I said, it's produced 10x in back testing. So that's historical data. So testing it on historical data, we were able to produce a 10x in the account value from 100,000 to 1 million plus within 1.5 years. And there's already algorithms out there. Like, this is how most hedge funds like trade, is with algorithms. So we're like, once we get it built, we're looking at a hedge fund type of situation where we'll be accepting millions of dollars, maybe hundreds of millions of dollars to trade with. And once we have that, we can create extraordinary returns for our investors. But yeah, no, there are stuff there is stuff already out there like this. I don't know if it's been built with AI yet or not, but you know, the more time goes by, the more that is more likely a possibility, right? Like every day I think like, oh shit, I'm so behind because I'm working on this now, and there's probably so many other people working on it now. But then at the same time, there's most of the world has never heard of Chat GPT. So, you know, I might be kind of early, but I don't feel like I am.
Never
Yeah,
too
absolutely.
late to find a money printing machine. Go ahead, sorry.
No, you're good. No, I'm just curious because I know, like, even like with Chef, I know you have people who want to put money into something that's
Yeah.
proving certain results.
I already
So
told
that
him 50 mil.
makes me feel that is there not something on the market that's proving the results they're looking for that they can put that money into already? Like, is it?
The thing is, there's things out there that make more percentage, and if you think about it, like to any investor that wants to put in money, it's the same to them anyway, because it's passive to them regardless, right? To you, to us, it's like, yeah, it's automatic, it's a machine, it's a money printing machine, but to them, they're giving you their money anyway, and you got to figure it out. So to them, it's passive, and they do. I got private equity partners. They already have people that are making X%. They already told me, if you can make at least 1% per day passively, we'll put in 50 million. We'll go from there. You know, but they want to take a big chunk. You know, a big chunk. They'll split it, right? But they have something, and he was like, if 1.5 to 2%, even better. So I figure what they have is already lower end, but everything is algorithms right now. The project that Andrew's talking about is the same thing that I have too, and we talked about that already, which is to create a auto trading thing. And what I've been doing for the last couple of months, guys, is I've been learning to trade in something that multiplies a lot more, which is options trading. You can see like 300%, 400%, 650% easy. And if you learn risk management, there's no more risk at all, you know? So I don't want to get into this, but if any of you guys want to learn this properly, I believe the gentleman that is teaching me, he said we have room for 2 or 3 more right now. We've been Zooming every Tuesday evening. I'll talk more, you know, it's my time for that. We can get into that. Yeah.
Consider me interested, because
Really?
that's exactly what we're trying to work on. And you know, if your buddy has something that really works, or both me and Herman are definitely interested for sure.
I got something huge for you. What my buddy uses is not, he's been trading for 40 years, but have you ever heard of Tom Gentile?
No.
Tom Gentile is the one who invented Elliott waves and Bollinger. I think Elliott waves and a lot of the Fibonacci stuff too, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But anyway, the website he uses, which he gave me the password for and everything, is basically a system that gives you the trades, all of them, you know? So it literally says, this is the trades. It has an 88% probability of success. It has a maximum of like $8,000 of profit, a maximum loss of like $300 of loss, you know. And you just get out here, do this here. It gives you the whole trade, you know. And some are like very guaranteed, some are just not, and they'll tell you. So it's really like a hacking system, and it has its leads. So if we can teach an AI to just take these trades, take only the ones that have 90+% probability of success, because they have a multiplier of 600%. It's incredible, you know. So sorry, yeah, go ahead.
No, I think you told me about that. Tom's Tools, is that what you said it was?
Tom's Tools, that's it. That's the one. I have the password. It's $2,000 a year, man. The guy is not doing it for the money. He's really not, you know, like I've seen single trades where the guy made $4,000 in a day, 8,000 in like one trade that took less than 48 hours to close up. That pays for itself immediately, you know. And that Tom's Tools is now partnering for this year with Hub, HUBB, which is an AI sort of platform, right?
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're still they're not a trading platform. It's still just an AI posting stuff. So we could plug into that. So I'll talk to Jim and I'll see if he can zoom in with us on Tuesday. He does want to charge for new people $200 a month. I hope that's okay. But I'll talk to him and I'll see what we can do, and we'll talk about outside of this.
No. I'm 100% interested, because like, you know, like I said, that's what we're trying to build. And we can be doing that in line and step with even making money with Tom's tools.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I mean, like I said, that's the whole goal. The whole goal behind Blue Dragon is to have an ATM, something that makes money for you
Mm.
on a passive basis. So yeah,
Okay. If that's the goal, I got other tools for you, man. With the money
totally.
multipliers.
I'm all ready. I'm all ears for it, Preston.
All right. Anyone else, guys? I don't want to be.
Sorry guys, I got my little baby's arm bleeding now. We're all good. But no, that's awesome. I'm glad that synchronicity is there, and I hope you guys are able to get into that call so that you can move that forward. Cause yeah, with these projects in Honduras at this point, like somebody out there has money they want to invest in Honduras. We can find them.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then with the AI project, fantastic. I'm glad we're moving forward with that. Awesome. Anything else, or would we like to move on to Shafiq?
No, I'd love to move on to Shafiq. Let's go.
Fantastic. Thank you for sharing, Andrew. Thank you for opening up. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for sharing, Andrew. I am listening. I will be back on, but I have not missed out. I have so much interest in this Honduras project that I have a lot of leads there too as well that I would like to. There's movement here that is for all of us as one. I feel that, and I've seen it. So I'm grateful that we're sitting here again, and I know that there's more of us to connect forward. So I'm excited to hear from Shaf now too. Thank you.
Thanks for the check-in, man. Appreciate you. Glad you're there. Shafiq.
So my turn. All right. Good, because I had to run soon. I may or may not be slightly elevated. You may have witnessed that, but this is not a tough one. You know, I'll be concise. This year, I want two roomies called Andrew and Andrew. I just love the name Andrew. I want them both the same. But in terms of of all the crap I want to do, holy shit. I'll tell you everything I want to do, or a lot of it, but it's irrelevant really in terms of the help I require. One, I want to move down there and fucking live on a fucking lake and beautiful. Two, I want to build and experiment with all kinds of water-based systems and natural building ecosystems and natural building like fucking machines and building, right? I want to have fun with my boys. Three, I want to build. There's many money-making machines. There's the trading one. There's the grant writer one. There's my trading with the options one. There's another one where we literally use private placements with banks and just multiply money again. So I'm going to pull together really $500,000 is what I need, and then that gives me a 10x in 100% a month. That's what I can promise. 100% a month. That and I'm going to take that money and start investing all over the place, right? So another part of the jobs is the really awesome shit you were talking about, Andrew Draco, which is the green energy stuff. So it's the ecosystem. So the must is to build out the whole ecosystem, and that can be built out on fucking paper. I don't care, you know, like build the template of the ecosystem. That's kind of ready, if I'm honest with you. But this time is the implementation. So everything green technology, everything output input from the underbelly of the economy that we can take back and rebuild with. The important part of building the community is the community, the society, the people. And we have to, through our successes and errors, build out that structure that we can invite others to do. So if we say like I was thinking of a basic thing like that, and I'm thinking to have the most powerful, resilient ecosystem and people, you need the smallest ring in the chain to be as strong as possible, right? We're only as strong as a chain as our weakest link. So how can we make the most individual link the strongest, most resilient, most powerful, most self-sufficient, right? And what is that, right? We see all these plans and these eugenics to split up communities, split up families, split up the single family and whatnot. So I'm thinking, you know, there's your couple, if you're in a couple, or your family, your immediate family, right? And each couple of families are a small village or community or whatever, right? And then you got a couple hundred or a couple thousand families, that's a town or a city, etc. And from there, you have countries and whatnot, right? So if a man or a woman alone can be self-sufficient fully and entirely, that's the strongest country in the world, right? Similarly, if we are single cells that can collaborate together, that's the strongest community ever. So what I'm saying is I found that a basic, just to give you an idea, a basic template is mom, dad, son, and daughter, right? So if dad takes care of everything building around the house and infrastructure that we have built in, like I have shit with like an afternoon can get you all the water you need for life. An afternoon of work, a weekend of work, you can build a whole house together if we have the legal structure. That's the second thing for dad, the legal structure and understanding the foundational structures legally to own your property and be completely sovereign, right? Mom, being a woman and better in those things, provably so, can take care of everything divination, everything remote viewing, all the spiritual aspect, because historically that is the divine feminine. That's the place of the divine feminine. The divine feminine was the intuition of the human species. It was always the compassion of the human species. It was the conscience of what not to do. The men would go to war and the women would be the conscience and stop you, right? They were always the spirituality until the monotheistic religions came. So anyway, dad takes care of building and legality. Mom takes care of spirituality and leading in that way. The daughter takes care of planting and the food and the permaculture aspect and everything to do with the feeding, right? Taking care of the land. And the boys would take care of, young boy would take care of learning how to build. Like boy is a teenager, right? But building of all the new houses and building out the new structures and going out into the wilderness and also experimenting spiritually. It's just a download that hit me. I don't want to go on that, but long story short, this year, endless money through multiple ways, building in every single way, including community. 3, building communities and networks of networks. We already have networks of networks around the country. I was just talking today with a gentleman that builds independent communities around the planet. He was like, yeah, I'm in Dubai right now. I'm going to Bali next week. I'm going to Spain the week after. But let's talk on that date, man. There's people doing this already, including a couple celebrities and friends of mine. So respectfully, my beautiful friends, what I'll need from you is not necessarily to help me in any of this shit. It's to kick my ass to fucking move this shit. So in terms of what to do, I'll be honest, I know what to do. Like I've been putting this shit together for all of us, for the world that I knew would come. So we have a lot of plans ready and we're gonna continue working on it, right? It's nothing we can add to it and all that. I just need you to hold me accountable to it and to help me do it with me. Like I have the recipes, and again, I'm open to more recipes. I just need someone like to create the environment for all of us of continuous action and holding our feet to the fire to maintain continuous action. Have a group of also of boys to like the active part, right? The workout part and all that shit. And just go crazy, man. Just start recruiting and building out. That's it. I know who's gonna help me with that. I mean, the Andrews and everybody. But I'm curious to everybody else who won't be with us physically, like Draco, M, and Rashawn. If you guys think you can collaborate with us in your respective locations to build out other communities once we have a template. What do you think?
So
Yeah, no,
I
so-
think, oh,
Go
go.
I
ahead.
see that.
You may go.
Okay, no,
Oh,
I was just gonna say, yeah, no, totally. I'm all there for it. And that's why we're on this call, is I'm here to help build the new earth. And I went through an awakening in 2020, and that awakening told me that we are more than human. We are multidimensional cosmic beings of divine light. And we are here to make a difference. We are star seeds. We are whatever you want to call it. We are here to make a difference. And that's why I'm here on the call. So totally, Chef. I'm with you guys all the way.
Love you, brother. All right. M or Rashad. Whoever.
Yeah, man, I love it. I'm with it as well. Honestly, man, I honestly believe, man, stuff like this, like everybody, everybody on this call, stuff like this it helps upgrade the earth. Like that's basically what I see. And we solving problems, man. Like, come on. It's beautiful, and it's humanitarian. It's, I love it though. I could be a part of it though. Um, yeah, I know that I'm not gonna be there with y'all physically, but here I'm not gonna do a lot, you know. So
No worries, brother. Dude, you have a place in this. We do need somebody to
yeah,
buy out and build out entire multifamily giant buildings. And a lot of us are gonna want to do this if you want to. We're gonna have a fuck ton of money, every one of us. Like you guys know, all 6 people here and many more are gonna be trillionaires because we're gonna need to be. Because we're gonna build cities
right.
and towns and the world of tomorrow.
You need to have
So
so
whether
much
you want to
money
be or
you
not, I'm gonna
can't
make
count
you a
the money.
trillionaire. Feel free
Right.
to give it away. Sorry, Luke, you were saying?
You need to have so much money to
Yeah.
you can't count the money until it falls from the sky and you're making money.
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
we went through
And
like
it
3 or 4
happens.
projects that if either of them succeed, we have
And
exactly
they're
that
gonna
amount of
print
money.
money. We're gonna print our money. We have more
Yeah.
money to print. We are money.
Yes. We got our own cryptocurrency in the making far into the future too, guys. I got plans for that. But Em, please go ahead.
I love, community is my thing. I love community. I love build. I love the way that you explain it as a family. And it's very wild how you explained that as a family. The other day, I had just arrived here. I'm in Arizona right now.
Ooh,
And
really?
so, yeah, I just arrived here last week. I'm here, just doing some work with a girlfriend and getting things in my life because I didn't I have all these dreams and goals for 2024,
Yeah.
but I would tell you there's a lot of missing links and a lot of missing pieces. And it literally just comes from the place of everyone being scattered. And so I had to come to the like level in my head that I know that the Andrews and Chef hold a place in my 2024. What
Mhm.
that looks like, I don't know yet until you guys all get underneath one roof. And so I
You know
have to
you
let
have a
that
place in that
happen.
roof too, right? You know that, yeah?
What was that?
You know you're gonna have a room in that place too. Whenever you guys are coming down, you have a place. That goes
Yeah.
without saying, I hope, right? Andrew, am I right? McMurray?
Yeah, and also like the place you're moving into is very much a right now thing. The goal is to expand it and grow it as much as possible. Oh,
So,
can you not hear me? Sorry, my bad. Was
Yeah,
it
yeah,
it was
no.
a bad microphone? No, you're good. Yeah, of course, obviously. And then obviously the goal is to expand like this place is a very much a right now thing so that we can start the project. But
Mhm.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
So
course,
what
obviously.
I was gonna say was with how you even explained that with the mother and the father and the son and the daughter. Um, I had found my first day here, I had found this tarot card and it was the deer of the daughter. And it was all about the nurturing and the like everything how you had just explained that was then I read all of them about the deer and how you just explained that was about this like literally the same concepts. And so I want to know that, I want you to know that that was another like synchronization of a sign that I was like, oh, that was so articulated so beautifully, like that is how the energies in a home can actually flow when those energies work.
Okay.
And so um having this vision of this community that is happening and the way that you guys are doing it from such an aware space that kind of how we were talking about decision earlier is that you're not doing it based off of decision. You're literally doing it based off of surrender. And in that surrender is where you really get to step forward and you have the powers that don't make sense. That's where the miracles happen. That's when the things that just don't add up and are not logical, that's where they exist. And so it's so beautiful to be able to hear you guys speak from that place. And I'm grateful to be part of this because like I said earlier, I have 4 children, but not only do I have 4 children, I have a whole tribe of children that look up to me. And it's beautiful to hear this because I've wondered, here like, I don't really understand how this all works or why I got thrown back in my hometown for the last while, you know, and like had to figure it out. And I'm like,
The reason for that.
oh, there's always reason for it. There's always a reason for it. But one thing that I learned so much was that back home is so many of the people where I come from do have the skills. They're very illiterate. They have no financial literacy, you know, but they have the skills. They know how to build, they know infrastructure, they know water, they can live from nothing to something because essentially where I come from, it's kind of third world inside the United States where there's not, you know, everybody, there's a lot of homeless people that live underneath one and everybody is communal living in a basis. And so what I've done a lot over the last few months is sitting with the people from where I come from a different place of trying to get out and trying to understand where I come from. And so I sat back in the place that grew me. I sat back in the place that I came from, and I realized that where I naturally come from is a place that does operate off of community. That, okay, there's one car, but there's 4 families and we're going to figure it out. And that's how you do. Oh, there's a kid that's sick. Okay, everybody maneuvers, you know. And that was how I was raised. And I didn't realize until here recently that that is a component of like people are like trying to make that happen. And I'm like,
Absolutely.
why doesn't that just organically happen? Like, I didn't know that didn't happen.
If you're
So,
saying that, how do you think I feel coming from the middle of the Middle East and people here are like, I've never met my neighbor. I've been living here 30 years. This is crazy to the rest of the world. The rest of the planet
right,
understands this very naturally. But yeah,
right.
go ahead, please.
And so it's so hearing that, you know, I'm very grateful for that. I look forward to being part of the projects. And it goes kind of hand in hand with you know, I have MILF Ministries. I still have not, you know, legally launched it. I'm still working on the processes of that. I wanted to talk to you more about that because it is a nonprofit.
Yeah.
It is but I'm wanting it to be all completely documented as well as crowdsource funded through people that believe in the project. So and so every piece of this has to be documented and from a place of truthfully why, like somebody supporting, and then why are they supporting? What was their belief? And I want to know that, and I want that to be documented because it goes into it. And so the MILF Ministries, if you haven't heard that, if you're not familiar, is Moms I'd Like to Fund. And
it is MILF, not milk.
it is MILF. Yep,
MILF
it is MILF.
Ministries.
MILF. Yep, it's Moms I'd Like
Moms
to
I'd like-
Fund.
Oh, that is
Yep.
catchy. Yeah, you're gonna perk up a lot of people's ears, but probably not the kind of people that you're talking about. Why are you giving?
But it's really incredible because every time it gets brought up,
Yeah.
because I've had a few people that have worked on this project trying to get some feedback on how reactions are and what the feedback is. Okay, so then the fund stands for Families Uniting Neurodivergent Dreams, is what the fund actually stands for. And so when people are like, oh, MILF, it literally like makes everybody halt for a second. And in that moment, you have the opportunity to rewire their mind. They are either going to be like, oh, this is dirty. And in a second, you could be like, oh, hold
The
up.
ministries.
Well, close that door for a second and actually look
Weirdest
at me.
2 words together. I love it.
Oh yeah. Like it is so a play on words. It is so borderline inappropriate, but that's me. That's me.
It's genius marketing though. Like, right? Look at Andrew's face. It's genius marketing. It's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah. So, and then like hand in hand with that goes into long-term care and support for people who are getting out of sex trafficking and transitioning from the lifestyle of being in sex work and then getting into civilian work or the civilian lifestyle. But there's this transition that has become very aware to me is that the people who want to help these people don't know anything about being underground. So they literally are trying to take these people and throw them into the matrix. And the thing is that when you try and take somebody from the underground, they know that it takes little effort to make big money. And then in the matrix, it takes a lot of effort to make little money.
Yeah.
When you come from underground, it don't make sense. So of course they're going to go back. So they need a place that they can thrive.
All right,
And you
let
really
me
want the
stop you. Let me
hustlers on
stop
your
you real
side.
briefly before I forget everything. All right, I got so many things for you. First of all, if you can accept that not all your money has to come with a signature and exactly knowing why they're putting that money, that nonprofit might be a great opportunity for our grant writer once it's launched, because we're gonna be funding and using this on a lot of 501c3s, you know, so we're gonna need to do that. So you can, there's a lot of ways to fund it, by the way. It's the easiest thing in the world. So we can talk about that. But also, and I'm glad you're mentioning this, I have to run soon, so I want to make sure I tell you guys this. Around March or April, I believe, there's something called the Refuge. The Refuge is the first of its type full-on event for like 3 or 5 days it was, of basically it's full-on everything off grids, like a prepper to go, like a prepper introduction. So it's like half everything, how to build and how to use, you know, how to make food and how to some gun stuff and some, and the other half, what they do is literally that they go to save children from trafficking situations. And they have a fucking network, you know, they have a network, they collaborate with the cops, some of them international, they go in and they save them themselves, and they take care of that part that you're referring to, re-implementing them back into the world. So I'm going there with 3 of my friends anyway. I was going to tell you guys. So if you guys want to join or find out more, I was actually told about this from some of the people in the community here. I didn't know about this. I told him I'm in. So I'll connect you to him. You met him, Andrew. It's Jay. So I'll connect you to Jay and I'll give you the website if you're interested. We're going anyway. I'd love for some of you guys to go there with me. I think it's somewhere in the middle of the US. I can't remember what state exactly, but it's a really cool thing, you know? And either way, whether you want to go or not, you should get connected to those people, because there's a couple networks of people already doing that, and you should plug into them and add more to that, you know? I gotta get going soon though. And I want to say I fucking love what you said about the family, because it's a confirmation for me that the template that I designed specifically, you know, I copied it off of the human family. It resonates with you, which is perfect, because that's how it's designed to do.
And then I was going to suggest to you that it would be very easy. It would be very interesting to have you see, like, either from like your perspective, or like if you put it in like an AI thing, because like my construction of my family is me as a single mother, and then me with 3 boys and 1 daughter. Like the energetics of that creation is very unique. And that is one thing that you have to remember, is that building in this new world, almost every single, it is the common denominator is a broken lineage.
Yeah, I know. It's by
design.
design.
That is the truth. That is the truth. And so when you try to find these commonalities, they're not there. Like you have to just let that go, that it doesn't exist. The only thing that does exist that is true is that the majority of us came from a woman. But there is still children that are being born in lab. So you have to remember, there are lab children who were born, not born from a mother,
Disney.
that are still within our realm of friendships. So we have to know that.
Something you liked. Yeah, I agree. And I think that they're planning to implement that on a massive scale as the next norm. We were talking about that, incubator babies and
well, and it's nothing
babies.
new. It's nothing new. Like it may be new to people understanding that, hey, this is new technology, or hey, we've been doing this. Like this is nothing new. It may be new to people's minds, but this is stuff that has been going on for centuries that we don't have to, it's not, I guess it's nothing to get too worked up about. Just remember that our differences are to be celebrated. Truthfully allow people to come forward and, you know, allow them to speak their language and make sure that you can articulate back to them. Let people know what vision you see in them. So many people I'm seeing they're so blind to what their potential is. And so like we've been taking the time and actually communicating with each other of like, how do you see me? What do you see are my strengths? What do you see are my weaknesses? What is my role in your life? And what role do you want to play in my life?
Yeah, and more
And asking
importantly,
our
what do you,
closest people
yeah.
those questions
That's the real
really,
reason I want to do all of this. It's funny. I want to free people financially and from their job and from running in the rat race and from running in the matrix, only to realize that they don't need any of that shit. So to empower them, but not to empower them financially, to empower them in there. So there's a lot of investing in people, and that's the culture we can and will create, is to empower them to know that they never needed any of this in the first place, and they never needed me to free them in the first place. You see what I'm saying?
that's what I
That's
always
the
say.
trick.
And
Yeah.
I kind of joke, but I'm honest about it. I'm like, I just want to be the world's greatest sugar mama ever. Like, you come to me with your idea and I want to fund it and like tell
Yeah.
you go and
I'm in
I
the same
believe in
boat. Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Like, that's really what I want because I believe that once you take the power away from money, it
That's
allows
the
it
why. Exactly.
allows
That's
the
the why.
creativity to come.
Yes.
And there's
People
so
will
many
only
people that
act on
have
their
been
passion.
conditioned to it.
Only passion is the only currency that we need to do anything at all.
Exactly.
Gosh. It's always fucking
Exactly.
inspiring to talk to you guys. I'm kind of 15 minutes late here. I love
You
you
better
all
get
so
going.
much. And we gotta shoot the shit and talk sometime, man. Right now, I don't have time for my own parents because I'm running, but we are way overdue for this. We'll find time,
Mhm.
maybe before I go down. But
Okay.
please, you all have to come to our place. All of you guys, okay?
You guys are on my plan, so we just needed, we're reconnected now.
We're
So
closer
the
now
plan
than
for
I am. I didn't know you're
2024
in
is that.
Arizona.
Yeah, I just decided on a Friday to come on a Saturday, and then I was here last weekend, and then
Wow.
so I've been here this week, and then now there's a huge snowstorm in Iowa, so I'm kind of stuck here for the next bit. And
There's a
I left
reason for
Iowa,
that.
and now it snowed 20 inches and hasn't done that, in 30 years. So
I know about the snow.
You got lucky.
It's not a
Converted.
pleasurable experience. But I love you guys. I gotta run. It's always a
have a
pleasure.
wonderful night.
Mwah. Have an awesome 24. See ya.
Yes, it's
Bye,
gonna be
buddy.
the best.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
Incredible. Well, I mean, it's 10:16 here. I don't have to keep us all for that long. I appreciate. I literally made this call for an hour, but I should know at this point that's never gonna happen. But no, but for real, at the same time, I want to figure this out because it's there was 6 or 7 of us, so it's like, what if? How do I successfully hold a mastermind / networking session with like say 50 people or 100 people, right? It's got to figure that out because one of the biggest,
Everybody
most
needs
important
to be
things.
responsible for inviting a few people. And like, I really think that this comes down to us connecting our networks. And it's really kind of scary. And I feel like all of us are a little protective. I know I am. I know I'm very protective of my closest people. I am super protective of them. And the cool thing is though is that you're one of my closest people too. And so we have got to trust, and you've done this now. Like you've broke the barrier and you're throwing us all in, but there's still people that you have left on the outside. So we all have to be like, okay, who are our top 8 people that if we're going to go do life, like these are the people that I have to create with. And we have to be able to bring those people together and see what happens. And because I know that there are certain people that I know that are on this mission. Like it can't be people that like, oh, I wish that they were part of this. Who do you know that is on the same mission, And those are the people that you need to be bringing to the table. And we've got to put that on the schedule of, okay, what are we going to do? Because this is a mission of some sort that is big and we all hold a piece to it. And if we all come together, we can play. I had a vision that Because essentially everybody's common denominator right now is funding. It is the common denominator across the board. Finances are hard right now for a lot of people. And it's like the people who are on the path of spiritual enlightenment, it's like everybody's like holding on, like, I know it gets better, but what the fuck is going on? So we've got to rein in and remember, yes, we're still human, but we have power and control in the situation. So what are the skills that we know? And that is, okay, community build. We need to bring people together. We know that the power of crowdfunding. We've watched how many NFT projects for no fucking reason other than a fucking sentence make millions of dollars. Okay. We've seen nothing be profitable for millions. Our hearts, our souls, and a grand vision and mission are connected to this. There is nothing holding us back anymore but ourselves. We just aren't saying it. We're not asking for money. We're not asking for the resources. We're telling the thought, and people love it. There's not one person I've told or heard or seen on any of these calls that says, yeah, I don't know. I really just don't know if I can support that. Every single person you tell about this is going to want to support it. How? How do you want to support it? How can you support it? I don't care if all you've got is, a prayer and that's all you can offer, or you got $2 right now, or you want to invest a whole entire damn house. Like, we have got to start asking and have the funnel in for people to give. It's our turn to receive, and there's no way for anyone to give.
This is accurate. And it's not a new conversation.
It's not a new conversation.
So it's one that just needs to be action steps scheduled, so it doesn't need to be a conversation ever again. That's a good point. Okay, yeah. So yeah. So I was hoping we wouldn't have to address me. No, I'm just kidding. Man, I can't find a pen, so let me write this down in my notes real quick. Because you're right, that is next action steps. It's very simple. I am just standing in my own way to delay success for I don't know, fucking dramatic effect, I guess. Let's see. Okay, we'll do it. There's multiple ways for people to pay us. Literally an ability to donate just because they like the story. Yeah, and then yeah, as well as like can very easily be standing at a table talking our shit, receiving donations at like the infinite numerous weekend events and marketplaces and shit.
Exactly. So for 2024, my vision is I'm picking the events that are important to the people that are closest to me. And we are going to do like pre-events for these events, where we're going to do energy work, somatic, just somatic work before you go into these events, and just really setting your intention and whatever it is, and as a collective, so that when you maneuver into these spaces, it is a tribe mentality that gets to go in, set the vibe, and attract whatever it is. So when we're going, I want to be leading people to, when you're going to a networking event, you may go, but you need to be radiating such an energy that you are essentially a lighthouse, that you stand still, and only the ones that are to come to you will come to you.
Have a
And
lovely evening, Rashad. Thank you so much for.
Thank you, Rashad.
Right.
So that is something big on my to-do list for 2024. I knew that, I kept feeling like we're going on tour, something's happening. It's organically building, because there's music. Everyone is, there's big things in this movement. And I really think we need to sit down and say, okay, what does this look like? Like when we go places, what does it actually offer? What does it actually bring? Because, you know, we have musicians, we have healers of different things, we have financial art, we have a whole entire production that now it's time to say, okay, now how do we go bless the world with this? You know, for 24 hours to 72 hours, and only have this be that, you know, 4 times a year we have these events. Like we only have to plan on them not that long. Like in between time, we can just be living life, but plan on everybody meeting at this one pub at this time for this intentional event with intentional people. And that is a lot of funding in, and plus it builds our network. It builds the show in a very intentional way. It gives everyone the space and the freedom. I feel like it's an organic way to move through and roll out what is happening, like with the show, quote unquote. Um, because right now, events are huge. I'm going to be doing content creator events, so doing different modeling and stuff with different people who have products and services with content creators that are the conscious creators. So kind of what we've talked about in the past was the donations and getting the sponsors and whatnot. Offering a modeling team for these people's products and services is part of my plan with this, is that our cast is very intricately weird and diverse and so energetically aligned that, like, I really think that our cast as a modeling team has a lot of potential and say of what it is that we are doing moving forward and who we're agreeing with to model for. And it puts us in the place of really being able to have a simple place to ask the questions that we want and need to ask for the connections that we want to have to move forward with the show. Am I making sense with that?
You're making sense with that.
Okay.
Yes. Essentially, if I can clarify, verify.
Mhm.
I've not perceived it in that way before. We are modeling. It's a lifestyle brand. We're modeling every aspect of a lifestyle. And
Right.
giving you ample ways through the people we align with to take part of that in, or all of it in, as your own lifestyle as well.
Mhm.
Yes, 100%. What was the point you were making around the level of intentionality around who we're aligning with and the types of sponsors?
Is that being able to, so like for the show, we had discussed having all the products and services that we use be entrepreneur based. So it gives you then an opportunity. So say an entrepreneur that we find has these really, really incredible what is they cups. They have really cool cups and they're really dope and their vibe is right in alignment with us. They love and believe in the living dream, but they need their product to have, like, their product needs models, like, and this is something that we will be supporting and they will be supporting us. So they're going to get our content of us using their product. I'm just saying we get to do this very intentional. It's essentially just affiliate marketing, but we are essentially the team of models that are finding the things that we want and need, and then providing that service of, hey, we will go ahead and model and give you back the content for you to be able to use for promotion. And in return, we're getting the promotion too. But it's only saying yes to the people who are in alignment and who are part of this project. Because every need that we need, every want that we want, there is someone who is in divine harmony that offers that. We don't need anything from anyone that is not energetically aligned.
Right. 100%. So what is the filtration process, I suppose? It's yeah, I guess that's natural. That happens organically, right? So that's just the process of going like as we're going through, and because we have to kind of start fresh anyway. We're starting a new house with nothing. So we got to build as we go. So we're going to be going through the process of like what is the highest and best brand or creator to align with for each aspect of our life, each product, service, or offering.
Exactly.
But right, in my mind, still, there's not a 1 minute, 30-second conversation of boiled down like this is like on the most fundamental level what you need to align with. You know what I'm saying? Like what is at its most basic sense, if there's like one overall core principle that needs to be aligned with more than
Your
anything else.
dedication to self-mastery.
Dedication to self-mastery.
Yeah.
What'd you say? Wait, what?
That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm so confused.
Yeah.
That's as far like that's as deep as I've ever been able to get when it came to like the step one. Like it's deep as if you did this one thing, does it affect everything else? And that is that thing that I've been able to come to. I'm not saying that it is, there's not more, but that is as far as mine can go to that. I have to focus solely on self-mastery and be around other people that can solely understand and be dedicated to self-mastery for their own and not use me as a comparison, but as learn from me as an individual being and an individual creature. And I will learn from you as an individual being and creature, because we have to find out where the resistances are rather than the commonalities. And because when the thing is that we have way more differences than we do commonalities. And so if we can understand that from a place of, that's kind of how you talked earlier, like, well, what'd you say? I don't know what word you said, but essentially you were like, well, when you get here, it's just like 1,000 more come, that you get a lot more thoughts. It's it just multiplies easier from that space.
Yeah, and I think the only other piece on top of that that comes to mind for me would be a redefining of the self, because I think self-mastery, right, is the easy thing that everybody would at least agree with is important, right? Like, oh yeah, self-mastery, of course, I agree. I gotta be myself. But then there's a process of like redefining, like through marketing, I guess, and branding, and kind of redefining what the self is, so that people come to understand the self to be this universal overall highest self. So when we're focused on our self mastery, we're still always focused on the same, right? Like, because there's gonna be, you've said it yourself, right? There's the Christians play a big role in all this as well, and they're a big piece for you as well, right? The Christians and the addicts, and I forget the third piece you said, but I really resonated deep with that. Yeah, I love it. And the self conversation is not gonna that's the way to merge it, is to really push this concept of God being the one true self, right? Like what we call God is the one true self, the over self that we all are, because that's where the Christians, they get fucked up with the self mastery, because it's not about the self. They've embodied the concept of humility and denial to the self and surrender to God, but they're not considering God as just their favorite version of themselves, you know? That's like it's a touchy point, but if we can combine language in that regard and like really redefining the self, in everybody's mind to be this like, whether they want to perceive it or not, to be God. Like my true self is God, right? If we can like wrap everyone's minds around that, then the people that are focused on self mastery are naturally going to be focused on becoming godly, godlike. And the people that are focused on God are going to naturally understand that they're really building themselves, I guess.
Right.
Because right
Well,
now it is
because
kind of, there's a lot of divided.
and you
I'm
have
doing
to
this, blah, blah,
remember,
blah. And this self mastery is coming from a place of ego and like lack. And then this, so is this doing it all for God's sake. It's weird.
and it's all a journey. And I guess that is one of the hardest things I've had to learn, but also one of the most free things is that everyone comes when they're supposed to. Like, you truly cannot make anybody come through, and you have to learn that from yourself. Like, nobody got you through. Nobody sped up your time. It happened when it happened. There was no stopping it. There was no making it happen. So the only thing that we can do is truly lead the way. Bye, Andrew.
Love you, buddy. Have a great night.
So
Yeah, that's all I can do. Be the change. And if nobody else wants to
you
change,
have
fuck
to.
it. Still gonna do it anyway.
I can feel that you are heavy.
Hmm?
I can feel that you are heavy.
Sorry. Allow me to enlighten myself for you.
Do it for you.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Uh,
Is it finances that is the biggest thing right now? That's like, if I could just have this, I would have more options and decisions and choices, and I'd be able to move forward faster.
it's a nuanced conversation, but yeah, I would say so, probably.
It just kind of, I am experiencing so much of this, like, just annoying. I really don't know how else to explain life, but other than the fact that it's just kind of annoying, it's just like an uphill. Like, everything is best case scenario, but like totally my nervous system is being tested, and like this is really close to a situation that totally fucked you up, and I need you not to freak out. I need you to stay calm. And then it's like the best case scenario. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, we made it through that one. Okay. But I really feel that we are being tested on many, many levels.
We
And
have to. We have to be.
exactly.
Because everybody else is
Exactly.
going to be really soon, so we have to have gone ahead of time and learned how to ground through it.
Yep. And that is what we're doing. And I just want to say, I know that I've been really proud of myself on how I've been handling things here over the last 2 weeks. And so things are definitely in a much better place. And so I'm very grateful for that. And I'm just really, really grateful to be doing 2024 with you. I don't know what the heck it brings. I don't know. Like, there's so many things I just like go in my head. And so I'm super excited for you guys to get down there together. And where is it that you're going to be?
In Tampa.
In Tampa? Okay.
Yeah,
Because
it's
I currently,
Riverview, so it's a little South Tampa.
okay. Because I'm currently like in the situation of am I gonna land? Like, where am I gonna be for the next bit here? And so
Can we come downstairs?
What's the timeline on you looking to land?
I am on a one-way flight here.
Hmm.
I wanted to be heading out of here by this weekend, but then there was a big snowstorm that came through.
Okay.
I
See you later, Andrew.
Good
Bye,
night, buddy.
Luke. It was wonderful meeting
Thank you
you.
for thank you for, okay. Cool.
No worries. And then
I needed to be a part of it. I needed to be a part of all of it, you know?
yeah, it's important. But oh, guys, here's my notebook because I So I wrote this out, a projected plan for what I'm doing. So it was January. So I want to be here at the end of this month. I would like to come back here, Vegas area. And there's a big event happening at in Vegas that for the adult entertainment industry. And I would really like to go to it and take a group of people that since I have a few other women that I work with that do erotic content, and to go and actually like meet some people if they're like, I want to like connect with different people that are in the industry that have products and like different products, and see if there's like nichey, weird, conscious people at an event like this, or if we would be like the only weird ones there, you know. But I really want to stand out. I want to make a spectacle of ourselves. I want to like I wanted to make it a thing. Like you definitely knew that we walked through and people would be like, who the fuck are they? Like, yeah. So one of my girlfriends, she's getting ready. It's going through all the testing and stuff to get on the dispensary shelves in Michigan. She makes a distillate isolate sugar. So, but she does cotton candy and essentially like Kool-Aid pouches. So that's one of the photo shoots that we're getting ready to do is the cotton candy. That's THC cotton candy. And then the like essentially adult Capri Sun things. And then we're doing like erotic content with the cotton candy machine, just making it super sexy for her. She's also in the creator world of that space too. So like it's getting exciting. And then we'll be able that's one of the things that I'm a model for her company, like as she's launching this. So it's called Badass Sugar. And then oh shoot, where was I going with that? Because the cotton candy, the drinks, but then it's like all like Y2K-ish, like, you know, theme, like, so like think like cotton candy, sexy, financial literacy, and then like, because the thing is that all of these people that are going to be involved with this are content creators in the erotic spaces. So they're all business minded. So it's all about money, you know, so everybody's already thinking like that. So what goes along with this is creator houses, creator hub needs to happen like massively for people to be able to come and create content, whether it be like as, you know, this is how you cook to, you know, this is at whatever level. But there's everybody is in this space of like creating, and it's just like they just don't have, not everyone's houses are set up. So what really needs to happen is getting that list and like executing it in one spot, you know, like, okay, this house needs set up. These are the cameras that we need. These are the microphones that we need. This is actually how it needs to be, and then do it. And like you three are doing it. So I feel like your space needs to be like the space that we focus on as a hub. You know, okay, what are the products that we need to make this work? These are the cameras that we need, you know, because now you guys have a product list that needs execution. I know that I have a product list that's actually probably honestly identical to what it is that you need, because I've been thinking about this from a place of this too. I'm like, well, wherever I land, it is like rule. I am going to have my house completely fucking canned. I don't want to miss out on anything. I'm documenting the next 6 months of my life. Like at minimum, I want 24-hour everywhere I go, whatever the fuck I'm doing. Like I want that.
There's
And
there's a platform to stream all of it.
Which one are you? What is platform are you talking about?
Oh no, I'm saying like because my whole thing was the 24/7 thing because I did 24/7 for a month in January, like for a year ago, and it was just like I mean obviously like to stream myself 24/7 at some point I have to like allow everybody into every part of my life, so it's just figuring out
Streaming.
a
I don't know if
smooth.
I could like stream for that
I
long.
would,
just
I would, I would surrender myself to the collective, to chat, to be to be a zoo. Also, it'd probably protect me from getting suicided,
right.
or the whole world could watch.
Mhm.
Either way, it's fun.
Yeah. I
But you got it. But I mean, what I'm saying is like, I
yeah.
can't do that all on Facebook. I'm like, shit. At a certain point, I guess I do want to share every part of my life because you want to share fully optimized human existence, full vulnerability, full disclosure. Um, certain parts of my human existence will have to be streamed on different platforms than others. That was all.
Exactly. 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 And I've executed that on my member sites.
Oh, perfect.
I have been utilizing them. They are working well. I am looking though, I'm starting to research into a site that is called Lemon Social. So what I can find so far is that the benefits that I am really liking and needing with my member sites, Lemon Social has, but they are a project that is kind of starting out. They're smaller yet, but it looks like they have the infrastructure that we actually kind of need. And they're like 18 plus content creator safe, which is important for non-censorization. And they are connected to NFT and crypto education, which is a very important piece for this puzzle.
Right, right.
And we can like stream, we can have like a TV show on there.
$200 per month, 5% of your earnings, 50%, 5% all. Interesting. So there are different kinds of payout options. Sorry, I got distracted looking at the website. I typed it in so I wouldn't lose it.
Oh.
Right. I just gotta start doing it. I'm excited that they're all moving here. I'm gonna take action. My biggest thing is not that I can't do things and not that I can't do them well. It is the act of placing my attention upon something that is meant to be placed on for an extended period of time is like, for some reason, the hardest work on the planet. But if I put my attention on it for like an hour, I'll do more in that hour than like the other people would have done in like a week. So but then I end up feeling like I'm not doing anything, and everyone else around me is like talking me up, and I'm like, but I didn't do anything.
Because that's the effortless, and that's the part that actually matters. That's actually your true currency. And that's the hardest part that you have to understand is that that comes from that place of no effort. And that's where you in your head have to rewire that that is the most valuable.
That makes sense.
It's not supposed to. That's how you know it's right. If there was confusion involved, then there would like it doesn't make sense. Okay, like there's not even a question. Like, you know what I mean? When it's the true unknown, you know you're on the right path. When you can truly get to that place of, okay. So what does this look like with you guys living together? Where is everybody? Is Amy and the baby coming? Are you guys all living together? No, this
No, it's
is a
just
different.
me and well, the baby will be there like half the week.
Okay.
Me, Chef, and Andrew moving into what's currently a is it a 4 or 5 bedroom house? Might be 5 bedroom. So we're gonna turn
Sweet.
2 of the rooms into offices was the plan, and then 3 of us have bedrooms, and then yeah, really just like you were saying, like get super intentional about okay, we're here. This has to be the like proof of concept
Mm-hmm.
so that we can build out it or versions of it that make sense in other cities now, you know? Like I've been really like pushing on Walter, like that I want to buy real estate. I'm like, I hate that I don't own real estate anymore. Like I shouldn't have stopped buying. Like I want to own real estate. This and that. And then he keeps so Walter's actually been helping me focus. Walter's like, listen, I'm fully sold on the living dream. He's like, whether I want to admit it or not, mission-based housing and the ability to like live together in close spaces because you're there for like it's absolutely fucking necessary if we're gonna be in spaceships or going to the moon. We need like what you're doing is absolutely we need to figure this shit out now. So I'm fully behind it 1,000%. So and this is what he's saying. He's like, they're all moving here, build out the living dream house, like do whatever you gotta do, make it a room. I think you did it too small. The fact that you have to pay any rent and they're all not paying for you to live for free means you built it out too small already. So figure out like what you want it to look like, a big like a rooming house, you know, whatever community center rooming house, like you say having a rooming house portion of it's important because then that's what's going to allow it to cash flow, which will allow me to go raise all the money necessary for it. Like it has to be a real estate project. So it'd be
So that's to be a
rooming house
real
meaning like
estate project for Walter to invest. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying?
no, what he's saying is because it's a couple different concepts all coming together right now. Because
Okay,
in
are
your
you
mind, you're like,
renting
we need a
this
community
property? Is
center. This house right now we're
that what you're
renting.
saying?
What?
So you're renting this property?
The current house we're renting, yeah.
Okay, and who are you renting it from?
Uh, an owner, not someone I know.
Nobody within your circle.
Mm-mm.
Okay. 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 So then I needed that information so you can keep going.
No, you're good. Yeah, yeah, no, we did sign a 12-month lease, but
You signed a 12 months. Okay. Send me
okay,
the
whatever.
house.
I'll figure it
Andrew
out.
sent it.
I couldn't
Andrew
send
sent it
other
to me
people into it.
once.
And I don't mind, but I figured leases out. Get someone else in there in my place if I gotta get out of it. I'll do something
Dude,
else.
stop.
But
That place is like, just think about it. Like we turn it into a place of touchdown, create content there, have it essentially be a studio,
oh yeah,
a
I'm just saying if I
retreat
gotta move into
studio
something bigger,
space.
I'm not saying
Of
like
course you are, but I'm just saying, don't think about it as a house. Think about it as a workspace.
yeah.
It's a studio. Let yourself have a studio in Tampa that you pay what? I mean, you're going to pay a lot less for a residential studio than you're going to pay for a commercial studio.
For sure. I agree completely. Yeah, but Walter's whole thing was more like he sees it, and I see it that way as well. Because like LJ sees it as a community center. LJ wants a daytime safe space for the community, well, they say for LGBT, but they want a daytime safe space where people can come, and it's an event center, and you can come for healing, and there's doctors and like chiropractic care, and like a community center, a coffee shop, all that stuff, right? I 100% need the event center space. I want it to be an event center. I am bringing the component of it needs to be like a WeWork, you know what I'm saying? Like a collaborative like workspace as well. There needs to be like all these have to have every dream house has to have content creation spaces in it, recording studio, all that stuff. And it does make sense. I can see them being not that everyone has to be right off the rip. Like we can like get a building and try out a concept of just a community center without necessarily the residential piece. Like I don't, but I see it as being a rooming house is an interesting word, as being a like residential living space as well, like a community, not just a community center
A
YMCA,
co-living.
but like it can have right, it can be a living space as well. And then I was thinking about it, I'm like, how dope would that be? Is like you have these dream houses seated in every city that are like not only a community center that has amenities that the outside community wants to come into, but it's a self-sustained community within itself. And then I'm like, yo, at this point, housing, affordable housing, literally becomes the lead magnet to plug into our ecosystem. Like I've created a physical lead magnet, a house that pays me. It's marketing that pays me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's a lead magnet that gets people to fully buy in. They're living there, dude. They're like, it's their
Right.
24/7. They
Right.
they chose me for their living and for their home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the shit.
That's power.
That's what I want.
Yep, I know.
So
Yep. We're good.
so I'm down for that. So for as much as the last few weeks, I feel like I've been giving Walter still a lot of time. I've been pushing that like I need to know that he can reiterate what I'm saying back to me and that
Mhm.
he's here for it, right? And so
Mhm.
he's been proving that.
Good.
So
Good.
I'm good with that.
Good. If you don't mind me asking, how much is it for you guys to be able to run the house with rent, bills? Like, what is that looking at?
House itself is 32 a month. So with I would say probably I don't know, we haven't moved in yet. So it's been probably like 36, somewhere between 35 and 37.
So it's 32 for the rent, and then so it'd be easy to just round it up to
Almost
4,000.
yeah.
So it's gonna be about $4,000 around the house.
That's
And
safe.
then okay. So what I'm getting at is looking at it from a number basis, and then what I'm not understanding in my world is that people will pay people for nothing. And then once there's like a heartfelt idea behind it, it's like it's hard to ask for money for it or something. And like this doesn't make sense to me. Like I literally work with people who do stupid shit, and I'm like,
I wouldn't feel bad about selling a dick pic as much as I feel bad about like asking for money for something like meaningful.
like this,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I get it. And so we have
It's
to
it's because
essentially like,
sometimes like the negative vibration, I guess, attached to the money. Or like
so hear
the
me out.
exchange of the money is the shameful thing to begin with, so it's easy to attach it to other like shameful things.
Right. So hear me out, okay? I think I've told you about this property before. I think I maybe even sent it to you before. But there's this community in
Mhm.
Oklahoma that there's property there that I believe that we are supposed to go and find out more about this. It's like multi-thousand acre community. The board of this community is all getting very old. It was started in like the 60s, and it was like a resort, and so it's on a golf course, and it has like a community center, a swimming pool, a bar, but it's just kind of like a ghost town. So like they really don't have anything, but we could totally like come in like fucking wrecking ball. Like they had I saw the other day that was pending, but I've also talked to their like people, their ladies in the office, and I found out that they actually have a lot of land for sale. And because I had found this one property and it was 7 acres, and they said that it was 10 lots on it, lakefront. Um, and so they were like half-acre lots for homes, and their HOAs were like pretty much like as long as it's livable and has plumbing and electric, like it's okay. Like, and for that 7 acres, dude, it was $12,000.
Damn.
Like they are selling their property for less than $1,000 an acre. That it's I have one girl and like so it's like a gated community in a way. Like the whole property is is fenced, yes, multi-thousand acres, but there is a manned booth. Like, so the only people coming in are people who you've like said, yes, this person has access to come in, but most properties in this space are an acre plus. So nobody's neighbors are really like upon each other. It is a very weird property, and it's in a county that's called Love County, and this is the only right, and this is the only county in America that actually supports and on a legislative level, people for the First Amendment. So essentially, artists, which is something that is important for people that we will be working with and moving forward in the fields that we are going in. So kind of going back to this property here, the cost of living is so low. The cost of making this project something sustainable and happening, because we could essentially get the land, shafts of ideas and whatnot of these sustainable buildings for very low cost. We have the people to do the infrastructure and actually do the work. So we could essentially, I allotted even $30,000 per like person to have a home, and at $30,000 a piece, they could literally have a home and a half an acre of land. And to think about that, doing that sustainment. So for less than $300,000 for a project, we could give 10 homes that we could all stand on. $300,000 isn't shit when we're coming together, especially for a construction project. So there's something here that I really need to investigate, like with this. I want you to like sit on it, feel on it, because I'm being pulled here to do something here. And it's very like a safe. Now there's a lot of, because it is in Oklahoma. So you're going to have that backwoods, white, conservative, thing. And that's where we're going to have to come in. And I have one girlfriend, so she's very alternative, and she actually lives within this community. And she's lived there now for like 2.5, 3 years. And like when they go to the pool, it's only her family that uses the pool. Like they literally have this whole entire space like to themselves because everyone else is old. They're all gonna die, dude. Like no one's gonna take this over. There's nobody to take this over. It's weird. Like it's like a gem in the rough, but I found it.
Do you have like any address or something you could send us?
Yeah, I can give you the address, and they have a website.
Oh,
It's called Falcon Head Resort in Bernieville, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
So it would just be like one of those places that was like a project to execute for minimal cost.
I like the
You see that building?
logo though.
Yeah, and did you see the building that is their community center yet?
The star.
Or their lodge? Yeah.
That's dope. The pictures look nice.
Like this place it needs updated, it needs love, it needs new energy brought in. Like it's not dead yet. And then I guess it was a black dude who like started this, and it was all like a fuck the system type of thing. So like what we believe in is like what the dude who originally created this community believed in. I guess he had like a pink Cadillac and like would drive all across the like golf course and just like fucking throw money everywhere because he believed that everybody should just have money and just have fun. Like So like
it
the
looks
story behind this, we could like bring it back to life, and like it's essentially what our story is what his story was dreamed to be.
it's fucking interesting.
It's very interesting.
I think it looks like it's like right above Dallas.
Dude, it's 30 minutes from Dallas. So that's another thing that I have going for this year is that one of my best friends is writing a journal for the lifestyle in Dallas for 2024. So for February, she's going to all of the nightclubs in Dallas that are lifestyle friendly. And then in March is when I'm supposed to be going with her to really dive deep and get involved in the Dallas community, because the end goal with that is opening up a lifestyle club in Dallas, that because Dallas over the next 5 years is going to boom essentially in this space of erotica and in this space of crypto. So merging those two worlds into one, which goes hand in hand with us having our own coin, our own shit. Like if we can put that in on the forefront and everything's running through our blockchain, we're fucking rich as fuck off of one club running through our shit. So we
That's
need to
awesome.
have that. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Just gotta go find the people to set it up. I don't know shit about that. That's like there's new things to go learn. I'd rather go meet a person.
We don't have to learn it. The people who already have all the knowledge are there. And I think that it's kind of gotten in the weird space that our job right now is actually to own the fact that you are an actor. That is how you're moving forward, is you are an actor. Like you are a model. You need to sign your co-model, your modeling agreements. You need to change your process, is that yes, you are business and you're going to take that so that you can be protected. Your business mind is essentially your structure to stay protected. But now it's your time to give yourself the permission to be the artist, to run off of no sleep for 3 days and then crash for 2, and that be okay as long as you don't have your daughter, to be able to work into 4 o'clock in the morning and that be okay, and to not do anything for 7 days and then go ahead and punch it out for the next 2 hours. And it's an 150% project, and that be okay. So
that is what I need.
right, I know. Like you need the intensity of the pressure, but also the freedom to know and and for people to trust you that it will be done when it's supposed to be done. But there's no reason to add all the extra. Oh, are you gonna get it done? Are you gonna get it done? Are you gonna get it done?
Right.
Because
It's
when
like,
you do that,
do
then I
you
just want
wanted
to say,
it done at a different time than we decided you wanted it done? No,
right,
still the same time, and it's still the same thing. Yeah,
right.
so we're good.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, I want you to know that the living dream is one of my main projects I want to focus on for 2024. I do not know my role.
That's fair.
Okay.
Well,
So I need that.
do you have an idea of what you would want it to be in the most ideal sense?
What I know is that I want to be part of whatever it is that you and Andrew have going. I know that I met Andrew through divine connection, and I know that I've met you through divine connection. The synchronicities of the visions that we have had, even when it comes to the reality TV show, that was our initial like come together factor. We need to put attention into that. Like, why was that the initial come to factor? Because then we got dreaming big and we could see all of this. Okay, cool. But now let's come back to the step one. What was the connecting factor? And this was big and we saw it and we got really excited. But then we got bombarded by all of the life things that were going to come and what was going to happen if we did this decision. Okay, we played it out. We saw it. It's really fucking big. Like, we can't live where the vision is as far as we can see. We got to come back to point one. And that is, okay, we really got to document this shit. We really got to make it fun. There really has to be a schedule that we're broadcasting to the World Wide Web. And there also has to be true intentional growth and the pressures of living in close vicinity. If you're going to try to convince other people that they can live in close vicinity, you got to do it. So, being part of all of that, I want to be part of it. I believe and know that in the future we will be doing things together. Like, I believe that we will be traveling. I believe that we will be going to events. I believe that we will be doing those things together. I would like to, I guess, oversee in a way, like, if we were making it like a movie, like, and if it was like a play, I would like to be like the Oracle in a sense, like make sure that that there's no energetic holes. Like, that is just, it's how I see, it's how I view, like, allow that to be the energy, like, and allow me to just like code it and bless it.
Oh, you got muted.
9 o'clock. At a call coming in. But I believe in the project so much that it's truly from a divine level, that if I don't come forward with my full divine character, I'm not doing it justice. And that is a powerful being. And I know who I am and I know what I'm capable of. And it scares the shit out of me too. Because it's really like, we're literally extending to this next level of reality. And, it's really our turn to be the complete influential characters of this existence. And it seemed wild. Like, how did we
got muted again.
How did this happen? And
well,
I just want to thank us because we did it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have calls coming in. But I don't really know. I would love to hear from you, like, sit on that, Andrew as well, and see it through. What does it look like for you? What is that position?
For you're saying, what do I see? Full form, you showing up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what was the other question? Shit. Oh no, it's important. I gotta ask you. It was like a sub question around this. Goddamn. Whatever. I have your phone number. I can text more than once a month.
Yeah, for real. Like, that has to change. And I'm really
don't take it personally.
I'm not taking it personal.
Yeah.
And I was hoping that you weren't either. I like looked in the thing and I was like, dude, like, I know maybe he like took me out because I was like my thing wasn't working. I'm like, this is weird. Like, where am I at in the WhatsApp? And then like I saw that. I was there. I was like, did you really kick me out? But then I saw that they were. So.
No, you were there. You were there. I didn't kick you out. I just didn't put. I just I don't
you're
think
muted.
posted in it. I'm muted.
I don't know what's going on.
Can you hear me now?
But I gotta get going.
Weird. Fair enough.
So text me, or I will. Tomorrow I'm meeting with Andrew. Maybe we can get together then. Okay.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, we can meet after that. I mean, if you got to meet with him, do your thing.
There's no sound from you. Still nothing. Complete zero.
I don't know.
So it's
I don't know
okay.
what to do about it.
It's a
All right.
time. So I'll talk to you soon. Bye.